Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny and 67. And Saturday, looking good, mostly sunny and 70. Right now, it's 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of May. Joe Show time. Let's rock and roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on WHIR.
Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. It's something everybody's in the lake. And don't you know it's a beautiful day? Hey!
All right, folks, it's Monday. It is the 4th day of the month of May, right here at the Joe Show, Monday, May the 4th. And today we celebrate Intergalactic Star Wars Day. Yeah, it's May the 4th. Actually comes from 1979 when the author Alan Arnold was chronicling the making of the second film in the franchise, but in the order of the storyline, it's film 5, The Empire Strikes Back. For Star Wars fans, May the 4th kicks off a season of celebration, but then they know that the month of May has always been important. After all, the 6 live-action movies of Star Wars saga debuted in May. Started with the original Star Wars film, which opened on May the 25th of 1977. It also includes George Lucas's birthday on May 14th and has been the traditional start date of the popular Star Wars weekends at Walt Disney World resorts. And also, coming up May 22nd, you get the new Mandalorian Star Wars movie. So May's a really important month for Star Wars fans. Today, May the 4th be with you. It is Intergalactic Star Wars Day. 859-238-WHIR, the phone number to call in this morning. We start you off, as we always do, playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, and here it is.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. And we'd love to have you right here on the radio on the Joe Show, 859-238-WHIR. Let's celebrate birthdays on this Monday, May the 4th. As we get the music queued up here in just a second. Come on, music, cue up. There we go. All right, birthdays today look like this. Starting off first with birthdays from over in Harrisburg on Radio Rick's side of things. Aubrey Parker having a birthday today. And so is Casey Krager. Aubrey Parker, Casey Krager. We'll give you a couple more birthdays coming up right after this. Yeah, birthdays. A couple more. Hunter Terry having a birthday. So is Alex Updegraff and Morgan Titmore. Hunter Terry, Morgan Titmore, Alex Updegraff, Casey Krager, and Aubrey Parker. 859-238-WHIR to call in this morning. Eight 859-238-WHIR. It is a Monday. It's the 4th day of the month of May. That's 050426 on your calendar. So happy to have you on the Joe Show on this Monday morning. First guest is on here this morning at 7:40 with the County Agent's Corner. Brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. This week is, I believe it's Lincoln County Week, if I'm not mistaken, which means we'll have Tyler Miller on here giving us the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. That'll be at 7:40 this morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, Ruby Klein-Eaton joins us, a runner's mom and more, at 8:10 this morning. We'll see what's going on with Ruby in the world of running, and that'll be at 8:10. And as far as I know, I've got no guest on here in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour, which is kind of odd, especially for Mondays, or typically we have somebody hopping in, or Clark's on here talking Medicare Monday, but no one signed up. We got nobody on the show this morning, which means business owners, if you want to be on the Joe Show, boy, do we have a deal for you. Call in. We'll let you know how it works. 859-238-WHIR. We start you off this morning, as we always do, taking a look at early morning sports here on the Joe Show. The Pirates break out the brooms. The Cavaliers advance, and Chase Elliott wins at Texas. Those are the headlines on this Monday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Monday morning sports. Starting off with your Cincinnati Reds, where O'Neal Cruz hit a tie-breaking single in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pirates completed a sweep of Cincinnati with a 1-0 win yesterday. Pirates rookie shortstop Connor Griffin doubled off the center field wall against Reds reliever Tony Santillan with 2 outs in the 8th. Pinch hitter Jake Mangum worked a full count and walked, and then Cruz followed by lacing a single to center. Griffin beat T.J. Friedel's throw home with ease as the Pirates responded to getting swept at home by St. Louis, but then going back home and taking 3 straight from the Reds. Gregory Soto got the last 4 outs after taking over following a brilliant performance by Braxton Ashcraft, who started for the Pirates. A day after 7 pitchers combined to issue 11 walks, including a Major League Baseball record 7 straight at one point. Cincinnati rookie Chase Burns was far more efficient while matching Ashcraft pitch for pitch. Ashcraft bounced back from a rocky performance and lost to St. Louis with the best start of his young career. The 26-year-old allowed 4 hits over 7 2/3 with a pair of walks and 6 strikeouts. He also benefited from a couple of excellent defensive plays behind him. The Reds get swept. They lose 1-0 to the Pirates yesterday. In the NBA, there's nothing better than a Game 7. Fortunately for fans tuning in yesterday, there are 2 of them, between the number 1 Pistons and Magic, and between number 4 Cleveland, number 5 Toronto. In winner-go-home scenarios, teams tend to elevate their play and complete with desperation. Perhaps no team is feeling that more than Orlando, which had a 3-1 series lead before it allowed the Pistons to win 2 in a row, the most recent after an epic choke job in Game 6, in which the Magic shot just 4 of 37 from the floor in the second half. But then felt it again yesterday as well. The most valuable player candidate, Cade Cunningham, dropped the team-high 32 points in Game 7 yesterday. He brought his scoring average over Detroit's last 3 games in the first round, all of which were elimination games, to 36.3 a game. He also dished out 12 assists and limited his turnovers, committing just 4, as the Pistons beat the Magic 116-94 yesterday to advance to the second round. Meanwhile, in the other game, it wasn't just the points, though the Cavaliers reserves did outscore Toronto's by a 34-19 margin, but Max Strus had a pair of steals in the second half and his full-court press in the third quarter, and helping the Cavs launch a 25-10 run to open the second half. In fact, the Cavaliers swiped 4 steals in the first 7.5 minutes of the third quarter as Cleveland beat the Raptors 114-102. And in NASCAR news, Chase Elliott triumphed in a late race shootout yesterday in the NASCAR Cup Series, appropriate for a track where, at Texas, the winner traditionally celebrates in victory lane with a cowboy hat and a pair of six-shooters. The Hendrick Motorsports driver edged Denny Hamlin by just over 0.4 of a second, following a restart with 4 laps left in the Worth 400 for his second win of the season and the 23rd of his Cup career. 1 month ago in Martinsville, Elliott also topped Hamlin to capture his first victory of this season. Those are the headlines on this Monday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Hometown Radio's Big Deals offer is out of this world. It's Cosmic Bowling. Experience bowling with an outer space-like atmosphere. Black lights, strobe lights, and pattern lights accent the hit music that beats over the speakers. The lights and music effects make it an out-of-the-world experience. It's all at Galaxy Bowling and Entertainment Center in Richmond. Go have a lot of family fun with our Big Deals Pizza, Pins, and Pepsi party. The party includes 2 hours of bowling, bowling shoes for up to 6 people, a large pizza, and a pitcher of soda. The retail value is $85. At Big Deals online store, get the pizza, pins, and Pepsi party for just $49. Yes, $49. What a deal. It's a big deal out of this world. Shop and save at Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net, hometownlive.net.
Shop local, buy local, save big deals.
Big deals at hometownlive.net.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Rayleigh Joe, appreciate that. Brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabbs. Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Scattered showers, thunderstorms do roll through the area right now, and seeing some flashes of lightning certainly with that as well. Mostly sunny later on. High of 78, low tonight 57. More rain in the forecast for tomorrow. High of 72, a low tomorrow night 54. You get about an inch of rain possible tomorrow. On Wednesday, more rain in the forecast in the early morning and afternoon hours. High of 64. Thursday, partly sunny 60. Friday, sunny and 67. Right now, it's 6:24 in the morning, 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. So happy you're on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR to call in. That's 238-9447. As we take a look at birthdays on this Monday, May the 4th. Those famous people having famous birthdays on this famous day. Here we go. Birthdays today look like this. Starting off on the celebrity side of things, in this date 56 years ago, where Will Arnett was born. He's been in the TV shows Arrested Development, Murderville, 30 Rock, The Millers. He's also voice acted for the Lego Movie, Despicable Me, Ratatouille, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Will Arnett turns 56 years old today.
You know, revenge is a dish best served cold, Jack. Like sashimi or pizza.
You prefer cold pizza?
The morning after, it's the best.
Better than hot pizza? That's insane.
You don't tell me what kind of pizza to like. You don't tell me anything anymore, Jack.
Will Arnett, 56 years old today. Other birthdays today include singer Chris Tomlin. So praise and worship singer, How Great Is Our God and Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone. 54 years old today for Chris Tomlin. Jackie Jackson, 75, the Jackson 5. And from the Jacksons, happy birthday, Jackie Jackson today. And we'll give you one more. Mary McDonough, 65 years old today from the Waltons and A Perfect Son. Happy birthday to Mary McDonough. Celebrity birthdays. There you go. Monday, May the 4th.
In country music.
All right, then there, Mr. Voice. It was on this date, country music history, back in the year 1948, where Tim DuBois was born, who wrote the satire divorce song, She Got the Gold Mine, I Got the Shaft, became a hit for Jerry Reed in 1982. It was on this date, country music history, 1959. Marshville, North Carolina is the place. The great Randy Travis is the person. Singer and actor since 1985, recorded 20 albums, charted over 20 number one hits. And it was on this date, country music history, in 1999, where Curb Records released A Place in the Sun. It was the 5th album by Tim McGraw. And that's what's gone on this date, May 4th. Country music history. Starting off on this date back in 1948, where Tim DuBois was born. Yeah. She got the gold mine, I got the shaft.
Well, I guess it was back in 63 when eating my cooking got the better of me, so I asked this little girl I was going with to be my wife.
This song went number one for Jerry Reed in 1982. Funny because DuBois wrote this song. He also wrote a direct opposite song called, well, helped co-write a direct opposite song called Love in the First Degree, which Alabama took to number one in 1981. As a songwriter, DuBois had earned 5 number one singles, 24 top 10 singles. Happy birthday today, Tim DuBois, born on this date 78 years ago.
Well, I tried to get in. She changed the lock. Then I found this note taped on the mailbox that said, "Goodbye, Tucky. My attorney will be in touch." So I decided right then and there I was going to do what's right, give her fair share. But, brother, I didn't know her share was going to be that much.
No!
She got the gold mine.
It was on this day, country music history. We celebrate the birthday today of the great Randy Travis, who turned 67 years old today. Happy 67th, Randy Travis. This date in Marshville, North Carolina. Over 20 albums he's recorded, over 20 number one hits. He's considered a pivotal figure in the history of country music. He broke through in the mid-1980s with the release of his album called Storms of Life, sold more than 3 million copies. The album also established him as a major force in what was considered neo-traditional country music. Happy birthday today to Randy Travis, 67 years old.
As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh, baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen.
And it was on this day, country music history, in the year 1999, where Tim McGraw's 5th album was released and included this song on it, My Next 30 Years.
I think I'll take a moment and celebrate my age, the ending of an era and the turning of a page.
Album produced the singles this one, Please Remember Me and Something Like That, as well as My Best Friend and Some Things Never Change, all of which went number one on the Hot Country Songs charts. He released 5 singles from this album, all of them went number one. And that's what's gone on this date, May 4th, in country music.
Next 30 years, I'm gonna have some fun. Try to forget about all the crazy.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
President Donald Trump has dropped his endorsements for the Kentucky Senate race, looking to replace longtime Senator Mitch McConnell. On Truth Social Friday, he endorsed Representative Andy Barr in the Senator's race and Ralph Alvarado, who's running in the 6th Congressional District race. Trump said Barr is always a vote we can count on because he knows what it takes to get things done and make America great again. Joining said endorsement was Nate Morris, who's now jumped off his own campaign wagon to root for Barr. For Alvarado, Trump called him a true friend to MAGA. The 2026 congressional election is slated for Tuesday, November 3rd. 3 London police officers disciplined for allegedly slapping an autistic man already in custody. This took place on April 22nd as officers received a call about a man walking away from an assistant care facility in London. Officers arrested Cody Grimshaw for several charges, which include assaulting officers and resisting arrest. Those charges have since been dropped as court documents declare Grimshaw a low IQ suspect with a guardian representing him. 2 of the 3 officers punished have resigned from the force. In history made in the Kentucky Derby Saturday, Paul Miles reports from Churchill Downs.
Golden Tempo held off a late challenge from the favorite Renegade to win the 152nd Kentucky Derby, and Cherie DeVoe becomes the first female trainer to win the race.
I myself have never felt that it was a disadvantage, but we are underrepresented, and it's an honor, truly an honor to be here for all of us.
Golden Tempo won the Derby at odds of 23-1. The morning line favorite Renegade finished second, followed by O'Sully. At Churchill Downs in Louisville, I'm Paul Miles.
And from the newsroom, I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Hello, this is Mark Wade, Superintendent of Boyle County Schools. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. It falls right in the middle of KSA testing. I guess you could say our teachers are really passing the test this week every single day. All jokes aside, our teachers continue to show up with patience, encouragement, and a whole lot of heart for our students. To our teachers, thank you for all you do and for living out excellence in everything every single day. We appreciate you.
Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Pfister Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Boyle County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Sanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines, and they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes, do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Positive Pay from Farmers National Bank is a powerful tool that may assist your business in preventing check fraud. Visit our website or call us at 859-236-2926 for more information. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
All right, little Rayleigh Jofus, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Morning Point in Danville, a convenient assisted living community giving residents a better quality of life. Good information on Facebook and Morning Point of Danville. Point has an E on the end of the word, Morning Point of Danville. All right, scattered showers and thunderstorms this morning. It'll clear out of here by the afternoon, give us sunshine. High today 78, low of 57. Showers are likely tomorrow, high of 72, a low tomorrow night of 54 with 3/4 of an inch of rain possible tomorrow night. Wednesday, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm. A high tomorrow of 64. Thursday, partly sunny and 60. Friday, sunshine, 67. Right now, 6:36 in the morning. It is 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. Larry Vought's got Vought's Views. What's up, Larry?
Vought's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
No one should have been surprised when Tyron Stokes, the nation's #1 high school recruit, picked Kansas over Kentucky and Oregon. Stokes built a closer relationship with Kansas coach Bill Self and his staff, and Pope's struggles to find consistency with this team led Stokes to question what type of role he might have at UK or how his development would go. The big hope for Kentucky was the Nike connection would pay off. Stokes had already signed a contract with Nike, and Kansas is an Adidas school. However, even if the path was not cleared for him with Nike to attend Kansas, Oregon had emerged as a potential landing spot if Stokes had to pick a Nike school. Stokes likes having the ball in his hands and is an exceptional passer, creator, and finisher. He can influence games without scoring, but he also needs tender, loving care from a coach.
Vought's Views will return in a moment.
Seven Springs Farms Pivots in Cadiz, Kentucky is your newest authorized TL irrigation dealer. When your irrigation system needs parts or service, you can count on their experts and the area's largest parts inventory to keep your system running at its best, no matter what brand or setup you have. From quick repairs to full maintenance, SSF Pivots provides what you need to protect your crops and boost yields. Learn more about SSF Pivots at sevenspringsfarms.com. SSF Pivots, large inventory, expert service.
I worried UK was pulling out all stops to sign Tyron Stokes. Pope put away a large chunk of UK's payroll money for next season for Stokes and missed on other transfer players, saving money for Stokes. I wondered how other UK players might react to all that special treatment for Stokes and how he would fit into Pope's style. I always thought he would pick Kansas over UK, and still I'm not sure why Pope did not realize that sooner.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
There you go, Larry Vaught. Vaught's Views Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time at 6:38 in the morning. RIP to Spirit Airlines. They shut down over the weekend. Spirit Airlines did. They have closed their doors. They've closed their airplane doors. Check out the audio from one of their most recent flights over the weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your pilot speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard this Spirit Airlines flight, or should I say this former Spirit Airlines flight. That's right, Spirit Airlines has gone out of business as of this moment. Flight attendants will be coming around to take back the drinks they gave you. I don't care if you're mid-sip, we're taking it back. And I'm sorry to say, I've strapped on a parachute and I'm hopping out of this plane. You folks are on your own. We know you have a choice which airline you fly, and you dummies chose the one that's out of business. I can't believe any of you are acting surprised. This company has always been terrible. Later, losers.
Let's see what's going on in this morning's world of good. Are you tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are. And I'm right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. It's my way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Here's Floyd Kramer. Little good news action for you on this Monday morning, and here we go. Story number one is coming from our friends over in Atlanta. Like, it's down in Atlanta, where a Metro Atlanta 12-year-old raised $22.25 through a lemonade stand to support cancer research at the hospital where he's receiving treatment for brain tumors. His donation prompted matching contributions, so $22.25. Later, a $100,000 gift from an anonymous donor after his efforts spread online. This boy's name is Rowan Reeve. He's been undergoing treatment since 2021. Said he chose to give to the hospital to help other children also receiving care. Awesome story. Story number 2 coming from Sydney, Australia, where Elby, a 2-year-old Jack Russell Terrier, was found alive after spending 2 days trapped on a narrow ledge about 13 stories up on a high-rise building there in Sydney. A neighbor located the dog using a drone, so I guess the dog was missing. Nobody knew where he was. Now then they found him on the ledge of a building. Firefighters carried out a rescue by scaling the building and freeing her from the ledge. Elby was brought to safety through a window, given care, and reunited with a grateful owner after a period of searching and concern. And story number 3 coming from Oak Island, North Carolina, where an 8-year-old girl helped rescue a Kemp's Ridley sea turtle after spotting it caught on a fishing hook in Oak Island, North Carolina during a family vacation. Her family contacted the Oak Island Sea Turtle Protection Program, which confirmed the species and assisted in safely releasing the animal. The organization noted that sightings of this endangered species in the state are uncommon and did recognize that girl's role in helping protect this sea turtle. Pretty cool. The good news, a girl on vacation saves one of the world's most endangered species. A dog missing for 2 days rescued from the 13th floor ledge after a neighbor's drone finds the dog. And an anonymous $100,000 donation boosts the Boys Lemonade Stand cancer fundraiser. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. Whoa, I just saw some nasty lightning outside looking towards downtown Danville at the magic window here. Floyd Kramer, take us home, buddy. It's all yours. Sylvanus at Sunrise coming up next.
Hello, this is Jessica Sperlin. The Sperlin family is proud to be the owner of Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home in Danville. Our pledge to you is to offer the same compassionate, caring service that Preston Pruitt established in 1880.
The Sperlin family has many years' experience taking care of families like yours with the finest and most affordable services available. They're located on South 4th Street in Danville. Call 859-236-4343, 236-4343.
Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home, our family serving your family.
It's the annual Wilderness Trail Distillery Chevrolet Cruise-In, Saturday, May 9th. From Corvettes to pickup trucks, fill the bourbon yard with fun. Food trucks and live music make the way for a great day at Wilderness Trail Distillery. May 9th at 11 a.m., it's Chevrolets all day, thanks to Bob Allen and the Bluegrass Corvette Club. We'll see you at the distillery for Chevrolets all day. Bring your family and friends for a great place to play. It's the Wilderness Trail Distillery annual Chevrolet Cruise-In.
The Pirates break out the brooms. The Cavaliers advance, and Chase Elliott wins at Texas. Those are the headlines on this Monday morning. I'm Joe Mathis guiding you through these Monday morning sports. Starting off with your Cincinnati Reds, where O'Neal Cruz hit a tie-breaking single in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Pirates completed a sweep of Cincinnati with a 1-0 win yesterday. Pirates rookie shortstop Connor Griffin doubled off the center field wall against Reds reliever Tony Santillan with 2 outs in the 8th. Pinch hitter Jake Mangum worked a full count and walked, and then Cruz followed by lacing a single to center. Griffin beat T.J. Friedel's throw home with ease as the Pirates responded to getting swept at home by St. Louis, but then going back home and taking 3 straight from the Reds. Gregory Soto got the last 4 outs after taking over following a brilliant performance by Braxton Ashcraft, who started for the Pirates. A day after 7 pitchers combined to issue 11 walks, including a Major League Baseball record 7 straight at one point. Cincinnati rookie Chase Burns was far more effective efficient while matching Ashcraft pitch for pitch. Ashcraft bounced back from a rocky performance and it lost to St. Louis with the best start of his young career. The 26-year-old allowed 4 hits over 7 2/3 with a pair of walks and 6 strikeouts. He also benefited from a couple of excellent defensive plays behind him. The Reds get swept. They lose 1-0 to the Pirates yesterday. In the NBA, there's nothing better than a Game 7. Fortunately for fans tuning in yesterday, there are 2 of them between the number 1 Pistons and Magic and between number 4 Cleveland, number 5 Toronto. In winner-go-home scenarios, teams tend to elevate their play and complete with desperation. Perhaps no team is feeling that more than Orlando, which had a 3-1 series lead before it allowed the Pistons to win 2 in a row, the most recent after an epic choke job in Game 6, in which the Magic shot just 4 of 37 from the floor in the second half. But then felt it again yesterday as well. The most valuable player candidate, Cade Cunningham, dropped the team-high 32 points in Game 7 yesterday. He brought his scoring average over Detroit's last 3 games in the first round, all of which were elimination games, to 36.3 a game. He also dished out 12 assists and limited his turnovers, committing just 4, as the Pistons beat the Magic 116-94 yesterday to advance to the second round. Meanwhile, in the other game, it wasn't just the points, though the Cavaliers' reserves did outscore Toronto's by a 34-19 margin, but Max Strus had a pair of steals in the second half and his full-court press in the third quarter, and helping the Cavs launch a 25-10 run to open the second half. In fact, the Cavaliers swiped 4 steals in the first 7.5 minutes of the third quarter as Cleveland beat the Raptors 114-102. And in NASCAR news, Chase Elliott triumphed in a late race shootout yesterday in the NASCAR Cup Series, appropriate for a track where, at Texas, the winner traditionally celebrates in Victory Lane with a cowboy hat and a pair of 6-shooters. The Hendrick Motorsports driver edged Denny Hamlin by just over 0.4 of a second, following a restart with 4 laps left in the Worth 400 for his second win of the season and the 23rd of his Cup career. 1 month ago in Martinsville, Elliott also topped Hamlin to capture his first victory of this season. Those are the headlines on this Monday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
The best football teams always get the call right, and you need to make the right call before you excavate. If you don't and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate, and you could be fined up to $1,250. So make the right call. Put safety first. Call 811 before you dig. Touchdown! Oh my goodness! This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, little Riley Joe, brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Southern Heating and Cooling. Keeping your home cozy as your comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com or call 859-324-2770. Southern Heating and Cooling. Mostly sunny expected today, and that's kind of hard to see right now for all the clouds and thunder and lightning flashes that we have in the sky, but we do expect sunshine later on. High of 78, a low tonight 57. Sunshine potentially tomorrow at some points, but overall clouds are going to win out the day, and rain showers certainly appear like they will as well. 72 is the high, 54 is the low. On Wednesday, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm, a high of 64. Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny and 67. Right now, it's 6:49 in the morning. It's 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment of the Joe Show. It is the dad joke of the day. Here it is.
Dad joke of the day.
All right, I don't know if you all know this or not, but I was once addicted to chocolate, marshmallows, and nuts. Yeah. I was once addicted to chocolate, to marshmallow, and nuts. And it wasn't an easy addiction to overcome. It was definitely a rocky road. There you go, dad joke of the day. Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show at this time.
Welcome to the planet of the apps. Well, isn't it time to track the important records and items in your life, in your house? Enter Under My Roof in the App Store. Get rid of paper clutter, store photos, receipts, products, manuals, warranties, notes, important documents. You need Under My Roof. Keep track of renovations, modifications, the best prices, everything in one app. Keep maintenance schedules for your home or apartment or condo, whatever. Keep track of maintenance and repair history. Track parts, where to get them, how much they cost. Keep track of your property insurance and claims. It's everything in one app. And 5-star rated, Under My Roof. In the App Store, it's free. I downloaded it. I may not need Amber anymore. And she's wonderful. Under My Roof, right here with Rick Dees in this molten magma every day. We call it the Planet of the Apps.
There you go, Rick Dees, the Planet of the Apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time. Leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where we got Mike Goodwin in the spotlight this morning. Mike Goodwin, a funny guy, and talking about how Southerners have the tendency to make words up. Have a great ability to make words up. Here's Mike Goodwin, Country Comic Spotlight.
I tell people wherever I go, I'm from the South with an F and not a TH. I'm from the South. From the South. You know, one thing about Southerners, we have the unique ability and skill to just make up words. That's just in our DNA. You know, we say stuff like fin-to and fixin'. Matter of fact, one of my favorite words, a made-up word, is 5 syllables, 1 word. What you not gonna do? Yeah, my mother said that a lot when I was growing up. My mother said stuff like, what you not gonna do? Just keep running in and out of this house. That's what you're not gonna do. What you're not gonna do is stand in front of that refrigerator and hold that door open. Little boy, that's what you're not gonna do. What you're not gonna do is sit up on that phone while it's thundering and lightning outside. The Lord is doing his work. What some of y'all not gonna do is sit out there and not laugh at jokes. That's what y'all not gonna do. You know, because I do a lot of churches. I don't know if y'all know, church folks can be some funny acting people. I don't know. I don't know if you're aware of this. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about other church folks. Matter of fact, I called this woman from my church. I didn't know it at the time, but she was a part-time Christian. And I apparently called her on her day off. Yeah, she answered the phone with attitude. She was like, who in the blank is this? And how did you get this blankety blank number? And I was a little taken aback because I don't curse. Out loud. I don't. Keep it on the inside. So I said, this is Brother Goodwin from the church. That's how you say it when you're spiritual, from the church. She said, oh, praise the Lord, brother. I was like, praise the Lord. What you're not gonna do is act like you ain't just cussed me out on the phone. That's what you're not gonna do.
Mike Goodwin in the Country Comic Spotlight. Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show at this time at 6:54 in the morning. No late night show jokes from last night because they're not on Sunday night. So we'll step aside. We'll come back and we'll take a look at what movie ruled the box office on this Movie Monday. Probably a pretty easy guess if you've been keeping up with what movies have been released recently. That's coming up next.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Own the most reliable laundry brand, Speed Queen, which is featured at your official platinum dealer, Carl Day's Danville hometown store. Consumer Reports rated Speed Queen #1 in reliability. Speed Queen is the proven performer in laundry, the one you can count on to last longer, up to 25 years of laundry. Speed Queen are the ones that offer a 7-year warranty, not just parts, but in-home labor. You buy Speed Queen for peace of mind and performance. You get the best every day from Speed Queen at your official platinum dealer, Carl Day's Danville hometown store on Houstonville Road.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
Oh, when Monday comes marching in, it means the work week must begin. When my alarm goes off, it's a bummer. Yeah, when Monday comes marching in.
Oh, come on.
I'll be late to work again. Wish I could just go back to bed. This traffic jam is bumper to bumper. Hate when Monday comes marching in.
Yeah, man, on top of it, I made a terrible cup of coffee this morning. It is as Monday as Monday can be. But happy on the show, 859-238-WHIR. Let's take a look at what movie rolled the box office over the weekend. Some Movie Monday. All right, after 20 years, the gang at Runway Magazine, still in fashion. According to Box Office Mojo, The Devil Wears Prada 2, featuring Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt, launched at #1 of the box office with $77 million in its opening weekend. As Variety notes, the original only took in $27.5 million in its first weekend back in 2006, so it went way over the original, $50 million more than the original made. The sequel's debut is the 4th biggest debut of the year, as per Variety, behind only the Super Mario Galaxy at 131, Michael with 97.5, and Project Hail Mary with 80 million. Last week's #1, the Michael Jackson biopic, Michael, dropped to #2, but still did really well, $54 million in the box office for the Michael Jackson biopic in week #2. Super Mario Galaxy slid from #2 to #3, but it's still in $12 million. I feel like it's been out for 7 months, still making $12 million. Project Hail Mary dropped 1 spot to #4. Same thing with that movie. Been out for a long time. Still making $8.5 million. There were 4 new entries in the top 10. The horror film Hokum, starring Adam Scott at #5. A new take on George Orwell's Animal Farm at #6. The survival thriller Deep Water at #8. And in #9 is what most surely takes the prize for the longest film title of the year. Here's the name of the movie. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie, Tears of the Azure Sea. All of that's the name of the movie. The last one is the second installment of the anime franchise based on a series of Japanese young adult novels. It made $1 million, coming in at #9 in the box office. The Devil Wears Prada #2, $77 million. It's #1 in the box office this weekend. Way to go to The Devil Wears Prada 2. Michael #2, Super Mario Galaxy #3. 7 o'clock in the morning, Top Hour News is coming up. Breaking and trending news is coming up right after that.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani has been hospitalized and is in critical condition. More from Jonathan O'Halloran.
A spokesman for Giuliani said in a statement that he was stable with no update given as to what happened. The statement went on to say that Giuliani is, quote, a fighter who has faced every challenge in his life with unwavering strength, and he's fighting with that same level of strength as we speak. In New York, I'm Jonathan O'Halloran.
French President Emmanuel Macron says France will not be playing a role in President Trump's plan to begin escorting commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz as the war in Iran continues. Ross Cullen in Paris.
The French president criticised the proposed escort plan as not clear, ruling out any French involvement in what Donald Trump has called a humanitarian gesture to guide civilian ships through the Strait of Hormuz. The UK's Maritime Trade Operations Centre said on Monday that due to ongoing regional military operations, ships attempting to transit the contested waterway face critical threats. The choke point has resulted in energy supply issues that are still hitting economies across the world.
Meanwhile, a bulk carrier ship was attacked by several small boats off the coast of Iran near the Strait of Hormuz. Police in Oklahoma are looking for suspects in a shooting that occurred Sunday night at a Sunday Fun Day event. Mark Mayfield with an update.
The party was being held at a campground at Lake Arcadia in the town of Edmond. That is about 15 miles from Oklahoma City. At least 10 people were taken to hospitals. Their condition is unknown.
Ford is recalling more than 179,000 vehicles. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the recall is due to a defect with the front seat frame of late model Broncos and Ford Ranger pickup trucks that could increase a person's risk of injury in a crash. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Super Deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Helping military and veterans.
3 people are dead from a suspected hantavirus infection on a cruise ship in the Atlantic Ocean. Tammy Trujillo reports.
Health officials say another 3 people are being treated with hantavirus confirmed in 1 case. Hantaviruses are spread by contact with rodents or their urine, droppings, or saliva, and aren't often spread via person-to-person contact. The CDC says hantavirus infections can cause hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, which affects the lungs. It kills more than a third of the people infected.
Senator Raphael Warnock is speaking out after the Supreme Court's ruling striking down parts of the Voting Rights Act. Appearing on CBS's Face the Nation, the Georgia Democrat called the decision a massive and devastating blow.
We will see a devastating impact as a result of this. And now more than ever, we've got to stand up and fight for our democracy.
Warnock also warned that the Supreme Court poured fuel on this redistricting arms race. The High Court voided Louisiana's map that included a second majority black congressional district. The case was centered around how much race can be considered when lawmakers redraw districts. No drama this time around. Hollywood studios and producers have a tentative deal with the Actors Union, SAG-AFTRA, wrapping up contract talks Saturday. It's a 4-year deal instead of the usual 3, and SAG-AFTRA member Chuck Slavin tells NBC Los Angeles that concerns him because of AI.
Looking at how fast technology is advancing, a 4-year deal locks us into a disadvantage.
He and the other members will soon vote on the deal. The Writers Guild just passed theirs. The stage is set for the Met Gala. The Metropolitan Museum of Art is rolling out the red carpet for celebrities, with the dress code for this evening being Fashion is Art and the theme Costume Art. The 2026 Met Gala will be co-chaired by Beyonce as she makes her return to the event for the first time in a decade. Michael Kastner, NBC.
It's all about you and Stuart Howe.
Fred
Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer in Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell. Ford Mazda.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails, too, braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
Good morning to you. It's Monday. It's the 4th day of May. Dealing with some cloudy skies. We've seen some flashes of lightning, some thunder rolling through as well. We are expecting sunshine this afternoon, so things should definitely clear up. Forecast is coming your way. News is coming up right now.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Bull County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Stanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines, and they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes. Do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Listen to WHIR online at hometownlive.net, powered by Kentucky, YMAX.com.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, little Riley Joe. Appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville, featuring convenient stay-in-your-car drive-thru. Complete diabetes shop, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7. Saturday, 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy behind Cracker Barrel. Scattered showers rolling through. Yep, so are thunderstorms. Mostly sunny this afternoon. A high of 78. A low tonight, 57. Tomorrow, showers are likely. High of 72. A low of 54. Wednesday, showers are likely. High of 64. Thursday, partly sunny and 60. Friday, sunshine and 67. Right now, it's 7:10 in the morning. 51 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning. That's 238-9447 to get your birthdays and your anniversaries right here on The Joe Show. All right, police recently stopped a Florida man. Only in Florida would you have a story like this. This guy is driving along the interstate, and he has iguanas zip-tied in his vehicle. He has 13 zip-tied iguanas in his vehicle, like he's kidnapped them or something. He's zip-tied their legs together. This is, again, only a Florida story here.
You're a manly man, and you've got a whole lot of manly zip-tied iguanas to haul. That's why you need the new Ford F1 Iguana, the only pickup that's rugged enough to haul zip-tied iguanas. Whether you've got 13 zip-tied iguanas, or 14 zip-tied iguanas, or 15 zip-tied iguanas, you can...
What if I got 16 zip-tied iguanas?
Yep, if you've got 16 zip-tied iguanas, you can haul them in the...
Oh, wait, hang on. I think I've got 17 zip-tied iguanas. Can I haul them in this pickup?
What's confusing about this? You can haul all of the zip-tied iguanas you want with the Ford F1 Iguana pickup. Plus you can...
Hey, hang on a second. I just got a text from my buddy that he's got 750 zip-tied iguanas that he needs me to haul away.
Man, that's way too many zip-tied iguanas.
Oh, man.
The new Ford F1 Iguana pickup. It's built iguana tough. Test drive one today.
Yeah, look at the pictures. These iguanas were just sitting in the bed of the truck, just hands handcuffed together, hands and feet zip tied together, just laying there. And they stopped this guy. Not only that, he also had a cooler full of tilapia. If the zip tied iguanas wasn't weird enough for you, which I understand the cooler of the cooler of tilapia a lot more than I understand 13 zip-tied iguanas. Let's see what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show. Investigators from the FAA are at Newark Liberty International Airport to study how a United Airlines flight arriving from Italy hit a light pole and a tractor trailer on the New Jersey Turnpike near the airport yesterday. The plane landed safely, no minor injuries reported among passengers or crew, but the tractor trailer driver suffered minor injuries from shattered glass, was treated and released from the hospital. United Airlines put out a statement that in part says, quote, "We will conduct a rigorous flight safety investigation into the incident, and our crew has been removed from service as a part of that process." Hey, when Spirit Airlines went belly up over the weekend, Hunter Peterson came up with an intriguing solution. The voice actor, who once flew Spirit Airlines for 24 hours straight, jumped online and said, quote, "We could buy Spirit Airlines. The idea of Americans pledging money and then getting a share of Spirit 2.0 started as a joke, but now it's a real thing. Peterson's idea is to mirror the way the Green Bay Packers do things. The fans own the team. People took to the idea so fast that it crashed the site letsbuyspiritair.com. The site is not taking any new pledges right now, but when it gets up and running again, anyone who wants a piece of the airline can pledge. Peterson hopes the people can buy it before private equity does. See how that works out. 3 people are dead from a suspected hantavirus infection on a cruise ship in the Atlantic Ocean. The World Health Organization says another 3 people are being treated with hantavirus confirmed in 1 case. Hantaviruses are spread by contact with rodents or their urine, droppings, and saliva, the CDC said, and do not often spread via person-to-person contact. According to the CDC, hantavirus infections can cause hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, which affects the lungs and kills more than a third of its patients in the United States. One type of hantavirus, called the Andes virus, is known to be able to transmit from person to person, but it is very rare. That is where the ship originated from, though, in the Andes area. Former New York City Mayor and Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani mentioned was hospitalized yesterday in critical but stable condition, according to a spokesperson who did not say what caused the admission or where Giuliani was being treated. On Friday, Giuliani had appeared at his online show from Palm Beach, coughing and saying his voice was a little bit under the weather, unquote. Trump confirmed the news on social media, calling Giuliani a, quote, true warrior and the best mayor in the history of New York City. Giuliani has faced a string of health setbacks in recent years, including a car accident in New Hampshire last August that left him with a fractured vertebrae and other injuries. Trump pardoned Giuliani in November and awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom earlier this year. Going back to Spirit Airlines, the budget carrier known for its bright yellow jets and bare-bone fare shut down all operations in the early morning hours on Saturday, making it the first major airline to go out of business in roughly 25 years. At a press conference over the weekend, U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said he did not think a government bailout of Spirit Airlines would be necessary.
I would say that at this point, I don't think it's necessary. They do have access to cash. If they want to come to the U.S. government, we would be a lender of last resort if they can find dollars in the private markets.
And Sean Duffy was asked Saturday if rising fuel costs from the Iran conflict could impact other airlines following Spirit's collapse.
I would just point this out. Once the merger was denied, in 2024, Spirit filed for bankruptcy immediately after the denial. And then last August, Spirit again filed for bankruptcy. So Spirit was in dire straits long before the war with Iran.
And 2 U.S. service members went missing Saturday during the African Lion military exercise in southwestern Morocco, and a multinational search and rescue operation is underway. U.S. Africa Command said the incident happened near the Cap Draw training area near the coastal town of Tantan. Africa Lion is the largest annual joint military exercise on the continent, involving the U.S. and multiple African partner nations, and is designed to strengthen regional security cooperation. The exercise began in April, set to wrap up in the next few weeks. No other details about the circumstances of the disappearance have been released, and the incident remains under investigation. And a woman was killed and 3 others injured early yesterday morning when gunfire erupted at a post-prom house party at a short-term rental home in Indianapolis' north side. Officers from the Indy Metro Police Department responded to the 4000 block of North Park Avenue, found a woman with a gunshot wound. She was taken to a hospital where she died. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Speaking of The Joe Show, if you go to Just Love Coffee and Cafe this morning and you tell them you heard them this morning on the show, they'll give you 200 free rewards points just for mentioning WHIR and The Joe Show. Just Love Coffee, a 3-time finalist for Roaster of the Year by Roast Magazine. Their menu includes specialty coffee drinks, house coffee, cold iced coffee, hot coffee, specialty and other refreshers, breakfast and lunch options, and sweet and savory waffle creations. And by request, they are open extended hours. 7 o'clock in the morning. They just opened 17 minutes ago. They'll be open till 5 o'clock this afternoon. Again, tell them you heard them this morning on WHIR, and you get 200 free rewards points at Just Love Coffee and Cafe on the bypass in Danville, in front of Hampton Inn and Holiday Inn Express. It's 7:18.
Hey, this is Jack Mathis. I love sports. And this is Sport with the Big Daddy, Steve Bochum. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
It's all about you and Stuart Powell.
Fred Sizemore, General Manager at Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. We are the #1 volume retail dealer in Central Kentucky and the fastest growing Mazda dealer in the state of Kentucky. Our people make a difference, and we make it easy. Stop by and see for yourself how car buying should be. 225 South Danville Bypass or online at stuartpowell.com.
Because we know how. It's an easy thing to do in Danville. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. That for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, you know, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place Ocelli have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top 3 horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court addition. 5-star center Obina Akize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Hi, I'm Alan Martin, branch manager at Community Trust Bank. Community Trust Bank has supported communities that we call home since 1903. With locations in Boyle and Mercer counties, Community Trust Bank is a full-service bank dedicated to helping you meet your lending needs and financial goals. Please stop by and see me at our Danville main office located at 462 West Main Street. Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to credit approval.
In the heart of Harrodsburg, Kentucky, Mercer Stone Company is shaping driveways and dreams. Supplying quality stone with local dedication, these folks know a thing or two about building from the ground up. With friendly service and a commitment to getting your project done right, you'll find the materials and know-how you need. And lay the foundation for your next great project with Mercer Stone Company today. We will rock you.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, little Riley Joe. Appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Need a sign, a banner, or decal fast? Of course you do. The owners and operators have got you covered. Full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They are in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, mainly before 8 o'clock, and it's starting to move out of here, and we'll see sunshine this afternoon. A good forecast for a little baseball to be played on Mathis Field at the corner of Graybrook, well, in between Graybrook and Navajo. We'll get it done today. High of 78, low tonight 57. Tomorrow, rain showers are likely, 72 the high, a low tomorrow night of 54. Really good, not a really good chance of rain. It's going to rain tomorrow night, just depending on how much, and it looks like it's going to be a hefty amount. Wednesday, showers likely, possibly a thunderstorm, mostly cloudy and 64. Thursday, partly sunny and 60. It's 7:22 in the morning. It's 51 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. That's 050426 on your calendar. So happy to have you on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in. We are going to talk with... Sarah Pollum, Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Director, coming up in a little bit. She said she would call in when she can, so we'll get her on here in just a second. Real quickly, if you filled up your tank this weekend, chances are you did a double take of the gas pump. Or maybe it was a spit take if you were taking in some gourmet gas station coffee at the time. You spit all the coffee out of your mouth as you looked at the gas prices. According to AAA, the national average gas price yesterday was $4.44 a gallon for regular. So Rebecca's van is having some issues. It's in the shop right now. Rebecca is driving my car around. I, in turn, am driving the big radio station van around. I could not have picked a worse time to have to drive a gas guzzler like that around than when gas prices are $4.44 on average a gallon across the nation. It's crazy. It's up more than 30 cents from last week and about $1.30 from this time last year. It's also an all-time record for the price of May. The question is, will we set a new record? It's hard to say, but prices are climbing real fast. The highest average price ever for a gallon of gas was set in June of 2022. That was in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Back then, in the United States, gas hit an average price of $5.01 a gallon. Of course, this time around, it's soaring due to the Iran war. On Friday, President Trump did acknowledge that everyday Americans are feeling this extraordinarily in their wallets, at least for the price of gas. He said gasoline is high, other prices are way down, but gasoline is high, quote unquote, from President Trump. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy also promised, quote, immediate relief once the war is over. It's just unclear when that will be. Even though the average is $4.44, some states have higher, like California, where prices are over $6 a gallon. It's over $5 a gallon in Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Alaska, and Hawaii. It's nearing $5 in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Illinois. On the flip side, prices are still below $4 in most of South Central U.S., Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, states like that. So is this a big deal? For a lot of people, the answer is yes, even if prices come back down. Unfortunately, a petroleum analyst for Gas Buddies says it'll probably get worse before it gets better. He told the New York Post, quote, we're entering what could become a much larger energy crisis in the weeks ahead. That's what this guy said. Question that we asked to begin this segment. Will prices set a new all-time record? The record as it stands right now, June of 2022, where the average price for a gallon of gas hit $5.01 a gallon in the U.S. That's the record. We'll see if we set a record that we do not want to set in the next couple of months or so. 7:26 in the morning, Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Sarah Paulum joins the show. Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, Joe. How are you?
Doing great, Sarah. Doing great. Speaking of gas prices, I hope you walked to work this morning.
Listen, I got to start riding my bike when it's not raining.
Oh, no, yeah. I've got it's not necessarily a short bike ride, but it's an easy bike ride for me. I just got to get on the connector trail and I'm here. So maybe I can 5 o'clock in the morning out there biking by myself on the connector trail to save a little gas money.
There's some hills there, though.
Yeah, well, good workout on the way then.
Well, sure.
Yeah, you got to look at it in a positive
light.
light.
Go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Sarah, what do we got going on?
Mine.
What have we going on with the Chamber of Commerce this week?
Well, today is our Just Love Coffee ribbon cutting at 11 o'clock.
Nice.
I believe you'll be there, right?
Maybe so. I've just talked about them a little bit about 20 minutes ago. So the ribbon cutting, the official ribbon cutting is at 11 o'clock today.
Today.
Awesome,
yes.
11.
And then we've got our Leading Ladies luncheon coming up on the 12th. And that's going to be at Norton Center of the Arts, one of the smaller theaters there, at noon. And Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, as well as Senator Amanda Mace Bledsoe, will both be joining us on a panel for women in leadership.
Wow, you all are, this thing's getting big, Sarah. You're getting Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, who's also announced she's running for governor. You got state senators coming in now, Sarah. Y'all are getting this thing big.
Well, we just want to show off all of the women who have a connection to this region and how amazing they are.
Yeah, speaking of women, what about the trainer at the Kentucky Derby? First female trainer to ever win the Derby, the second female trainer to ever win a Triple Crown race. Rebecca was watching, and her eyes kind of got watery watching the Kentucky Derby. That was an awesome scene to be able to watch.
For sure. I did cry.
Yeah.
And it was my horse, so I won.
There you go. Well, it was a double positive then. Golden Tempo. What a run, too. It was like dead last around the final turn. And, wow, what a race it put on and its jockey put on. So, yeah, congratulations to them. What else is going on?
Well, the last thing I have for you today is that we are going to restart our Young Professionals program.
Nice.
So our Chamber Young Professionals, CYP, that will be restarting. We're going to start with coffee. Date and morning to be determined. But if you are interested in participating in that program or connecting with other young professionals in our area, please reach out to info@danvilleboylechamber.com. We'll make sure that you are on that email list when the invite goes out.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can keep up with us on our Facebook page.
Love it. Good stuff. Danville Boyle County Chamber of Commerce. Sarah, how can people, you said Facebook page, what's the phone number? People have any questions for you?
It is 859-236-2361.
There it is, 859-236-2361. 11 o'clock this morning, Just Love Coffee and Cafe ribbon cutting. Be there for that on the bypass in front of Hampton and Holiday Inn Express. Sarah, appreciate you being on, and we'll talk to you again next Monday, okay?
Thanks, Josie.
Right, you do. Bye. 7:30 in the morning, bottom hour news is coming up on The Joe Show.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Well, several motions filed last week in terms of the Amber Spradlin murder case. We could see a slight delay. The trial was set to begin next Monday. Judge Eddie Coleman denied the motion of a pretrial hearing last week, but a renewed motion was turned in Thursday with significant blood evidence in multiple areas, plus over 70 more items of evidence to look into as the main reasons. Judge Coleman on Friday afternoon delayed jury selection by 1 day to listen to the Commonwealth and a crime lab expert before fully deciding. Meantime, 2 people are injured with another one arrested for DUI in a Sunday morning crash in Lexington. It happened around 2:30 at Old Paris Road's intersection with East New Circle Road. A Lexington police officer was transporting a prisoner when they were struck by the driver. The officer and prisoner suffered non-life-threatening injuries and were treated at the hospital. The driver was arrested for driving under the influence. No names have been shared at this time. A man is hospitalized after allegedly shooting himself accidentally Sunday morning in Lexington. This happened along Queen Avenue around 4:45, while LPD officers found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. The man was reportedly uncooperative with police, but did say it was purely accidental. His injuries are considered life-threatening. There have been no updates on his status. And a Jefferson County judge Friday struck down part of the state's law defining human life beginning at conception, also clarifying that women who sued over said issue can now pursue in vitro fertilization without fears of being prosecuted. Judge Brian Edwards voided that section for vagueness. 3 women 4 years ago sued to pursue IVF freely. Judge Edwards also disagreed with the religious angle, saying the Human Life Protection Act is religiously neutral and doesn't burden the Jewish community any more than Christian, Islam, or Hindu followers. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, it's Scott Jennings, and I am proud to be on the radio in Danville, Kentucky. My daily show brings common sense to the Commonwealth. Whatever the news of the day, I'm going to sort it out and break it down with my straightforward analysis and commentary. We've got guests giving you the biggest insights into the day's news. So join us every weekday afternoon from 2 to 3 on WHIR AM 1230 and FM 103.9, or listen, hometownlive.net. It's the Scott Jennings Show on WHIR.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Bull County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Stanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines, and they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes. Do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Need your property looking its best? Call Homescapes LLC, a trusted source for all your home, service, and property maintenance. We're licensed and fully insured, handling both residential and commercial properties with confidence. Lawn care and treatments, landscaping, excavation, construction, and tree trimming and removal. One call does it all. Call 859-613-9161. That's 859-613-9161. And let Homescapes LLC get the job done right.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, Little Riley Joe. Thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter. And right by our insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris, and they'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686. 86. Mostly sunny, a high today of 78, low of 57. Tomorrow, showers are likely, thunderstorms are possible. High of 72. It's going to rain quite a bit tomorrow night into Wednesday, where you get 64 as the high Wednesday. Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny, and 67. It's 7:37 in the morning. It's 51 degrees, the 4th day of the month of May. Tyler Miller joins the show for the County Agent's Corner. Good morning, Tyler. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. Good to be back with you.
Yeah, Tyler, appreciate you being on here and giving us the County Agent's Corner. Tyler, are you a Star Wars fan?
No, not really seen any of it.
You've not seen any of it. How many Star Wars characters can you name?
Zoda.
Zoda?
Is that right?
No. Well, there's a Yoda. Zoda may be a stepbrother. I don't know. Zoda's the one that wasn't chosen for the Jedi Council. He's in the bad side. No, it's a Yoda. All right, so you didn't get that right. Can you name any others? Who's the main bad guy?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader. There you go. All right. We'll give you that one.
Yeah, I've got that one.
What about the main good guy?
Woody Harrelson. I don't know. Is that right?
No, no, not Woody Harrelson. No, that's not right. You guessed 3, and you got 2 of them wrong. One of them you said Zoda, and the other you said Woody Harrelson. So those 2 aren't right, but Darth Vader is right. So we'll give you that one. The County Agent's Corner is brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's needs. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
Here's Tyler Miller.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. And not the most educated on Star Wars, but if you would have asked my wife, she could have got probably all of that correct. So,
Okay, good.
Maybe you could say she's failed me in some extent. But we're going to be talking about resistant to warmers, and we know that our warmers that we have for beef cattle have been around for some time, and there's some resistance building to it, and there's nothing really new coming down the pipeline as far as product-wise, as far as I know. So best way to avoid resistance to use minimum use of warmers, but you can also match the product to the parasite risk and the time of year. Do not combine or use long-acting products except when necessary. Okay, avoid overuse of any one warmer class. Your accurate dose based on the weight of each animal, or maybe based on the heaviest animal in the herd group, is a way to do it. We don't want to underworm them. Make sure that you check the use date and store them at the proper temperatures, and dispose of unwanted warmers that you may have. You need to avoid dose and move. Cattle should not be moved onto clean pasture immediately after worming, as the only worms left in their system are the resistant ones. So dose and move strategies, therefore, contaminate pastures entirely with resistant worms. So try to avoid that. You can carry out a fecal egg count before and after treatment to assess the level of resistance and maybe guide future wormers. So if you're interested in doing that, you can call your county agent, and they can get a kit to come out and take some fecal matter, and we send that off, and they count the eggs in that, so we can see how effective our warmers are. That's a little bit of information on warmers this morning, and that's your County Agent's Corner. God bless.
There you go. Tyler Miller in this morning's County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Tyler, before you go, some random facts that you may not know, but I want you to know, so I'm going to let you know. Tyler, are you ready?
I'm ready to hear.
All right, here we go, Tyler. Fact number 1. There's a term called orphaned negatives. These are words, for example, disgruntled, nonchalant, and innocent, whose positive counterparts have completely vanished from common usage. So I'll give you an example again. Disgruntled is a word. It does have a positive counterpart called gruntled. Nonchalant is a negative word. The positive word is chalant. Innocent is a negative word. Nocent is a positive word, but their positive counterparts have vanished. We don't use those words anymore. We just use those words mostly for negative connotation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 2, there have been 2,019 people elected to the U.S. Senate in the history of the Senate. And only 14 of those 2,019 are black Americans. Now, 10 were elected in the past 2 decades. 9 of those Democrats. 1 is a Republican. That is South Carolina's Tim Scott, the only Republican of those 10.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, there are only 16 countries with more land area than Alaska. Alaska's massive.
Wow.
And just as a reminder, Alaska is more than double the size of Texas. So Alaska is bigger than every country in the world except for just 16 of them. Crazy. Number 4, the San Diego Zoo's Safari Park is home to 2 platypuses. And they're the only platypuses outside of Australia. Every other platypus in the world lives in Australia except for the 2 that live in San Diego's Zoo Safari Park. Also, I don't know if platypuses is the appropriate plural term. Shouldn't it be platypi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
and number 5, Tyler, you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't think I have.
No, me neither. But apparently they have a 20-sided die for Dungeons and Dragons. A die with 20 sides. However, it was not invented solely for Dungeons & Dragons. The oldest 20-sided die ever dates back to more than 2,000 years ago.
Oh.
20-sided die. There you go. Tyler Miller.
That's cool.
And this morning's Random Facts. Tyler, I figured we would end on one of the all-time great Star Wars quotes from Jedi Master Yoda, coming from The Empire Strikes Back. Tyler, this is for you. Here it is.
All right, let's do it.
Always with you what cannot be done. Hear you nothing that I say. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
There you go. Tyler, do or do not. There is no try. Tyler Miller with the County Agent's Corner. Tyler, talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
All right.
All right, Tyler, bye.
This is Boyle County EMS Director Mike Rogers. Boyle County is one of 6 counties in the state that offers a crisis response unit. What does that mean? When 911 receives a call from someone going through a mental health crisis, Boyle County EMS responds appropriately in a discreet manner with a social worker and a paramedic, keeping the individual's dignity intact. If you or someone you know suffers from a mental health issue, Boyle County EMS is ready to help. Call 911 or Boyle County EMS at 859-238-1134. Boyle County EMS, when life feels overwhelming, we bring calm, care, and a path forward.
Hey, Joe Mathis.
Yes, Radio Rick.
It's time for the Lee's Famous Recipes Lunch in the Office promotion.
Oh, yeah, Lunch in the Office. I love this. Tell us what they get, Radio Rick.
They get up to 20 two-piece chicken dinners, plus they get sweet tea and unsweet tea.
How can a business get their name into the hat for a chance to win Lee's Lunch in the Office?
All they have to do is send us an email, radio@hometownlive.net. We'll deliver it on Wednesday.
It's Lee's Lunch in the Office, April and May, courtesy of Lee's Famous Recipe in Danville and the Hometown Radio Network.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. That for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, you know, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place Ocelli have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top 3 horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court addition. 5-star center Obina Akize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Ready to remodel your home with new kitchen, bath, or lighting, but costs are holding you back? Good news. The Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net can help you get started with your remodeling dreams. You can now save money on gift certificates to Lux 218 in Danville. You're a new headquarters for luxury remodeling for less. They have a wonderful showroom of ideas to kickstart your home remodeling job this year. Don't let price hold you back. Get true luxury for less at Lux 218. And then get extra savings by buying gift certificates at the Big Deal Store. You can get $100 for half price when you buy 5 or more. So get $1,000 for just $500. For all the details, visit the Big Deal Store and hometownlive.mat. Remodeling just got easier and so much more affordable when you team up with Lux 218 and the Big Deal Store.
Is your car in need of a shine? Keep it sparkling all month long with Safari Falls Car Wash. Visit our new location in Danville off the 127 bypass on Skywatch Drive from 7:30 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and on Sundays from 9 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. Packages start at just $22 per month. That's less than $1 a day. For $22 a month, you will enjoy unlimited washes and keep your car looking brand new all month long.
Whether you have one car or a whole fleet, we've got a plan for you.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
It's coming your way, brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling, keeping your home cozy. As your comfort is their priority. Veteran-owned, family-operated, locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770. Mostly sunny, high of 78, low tonight 57. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 72 and 54 is the high and low. And get quite a bit of rain tomorrow night into Wednesday, where Wednesday's high is 64. Thursday, scattered showers, 60. We are clearing out by the weekend. Right now, it's 7:50 in the morning. So happy to have you on the show, 859-238-WHIR. We're not going to play the whole race, but here's how it sounded about a quarter of the mile into the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, where 6-Speed, who was 38-1 odds, was leading at that point, and we'll pick up from there.
Then, down toward the inside, comes Emerging Market as they make their way to the top of the stretch. Further Ado is getting going on the far outside with Commandment. They're both putting in their runs as they arrive into the final furlong. O'Sally is also gaining ground on the far outside as they come to the last 16th of a mile. Denon Bourbon in front. O'Sally, a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVaux make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
An unbelievable run by Golden Tempo, was dead last around that last round, around that last turn, and Brothers finish 1-2, and there's an awesome photo that someone snapped there on the track of the Kentucky Derby as the two brothers, it was Jose and, forgive me, I don't know how to say the winning jockey's name. Is it Irad or Arad Ortiz? Either way, they're brothers, and as soon as they pass each other across the finish line, they finish, and a couple of steps after that, the brothers grab hands and hold their hands in the air. Two brothers finish 1-2 at the Kentucky Derby on the backs of their horses. Golden Tempo is the winner on Saturday. So if you remember, on Friday, Dusty and myself picked horses. Dusty picked Chief Wallaby, and I picked the Puma. Well, I was at Millennium Park all day long Saturday at baseball games, and I got home at like 6:15, just in time to turn the Derby on. Derby Post is coming up here soon. And I look, and the Puma has been scratched. And so I text Dusty, and I'm like, Dusty, the Puma is gone. I can't, it's not fair to have a horse that's not even running. So let me pick another one. So I said, let me pick the horse So Happy, because that's what I'm going to be when my horse wins, is So Happy. And Dusty was like, sure, whatever. I don't even know what place So Happy finished. It could have, it could have been 18th for all I know. It wasn't anywhere near the top 5. Dusty's horse, Chief Wallaby, I think finished in the 4 spot. So for like the 4th year in a row, I don't know how Dusty keeps on doing it. Dusty wins the Kentucky Derby battle on the Joe Show as his horse finishes above my horse. Though I call a tilt, because had the Puma been in it, the Puma would have done its thing. I don't know why this song is starting so late. Let's get back to the beginning where we're supposed to start this song from as we head out west. I'm all rattled. I was rattled Saturday. I sat down, and my horse wasn't running, and our baseball team had lost a game, and so I had to pick a horse, and I picked one that didn't do real well. All right, Olivia Wilde was caught not looking her best during a red carpet interview recently, and the internet wasn't kind, as the internet is always not kind. It's an awful place. Some people thought she looked sickly and thin. Others went so far as to say she looked like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Well, Olivia would like you to know that she's fine. She says, quote, "Listen, that is a fisheye lens. I admit, is that my best angle? Was it my best look ever? No. I don't know why I was so close to the camera. I didn't need to be." She adds, quote, "I'm not dead." Fun fact, a decade ago, Jake Paul was one of the stars of the Disney show Bizaardvark, and one of his co-stars was a young girl named Olivia Rodrigo. Well, Olivia hosted Saturday Night Live over the weekend, and during her monologue, she took a shot at Jake Paul. She said, quote, "We'd always talk about our futures, me and Jake. I'd say, I really want to create music that explores the complexities of girls my age." And he'd say, "Well, one day I really want to beat up old guys on Netflix." And we both did it. Hooray! If Olivia wasn't just teasing an old friend, then mission accomplished, because Jake was totally cool. He tweeted, quote, "We had the vision. I told you that she would sell out stadiums, and then we both did. Proud of you for real." He even tossed in a laughing emoji. When someone replied that Olivia was laughing at him and not with him, he said, quote, "I got that she was making a joke at my expense. So what? She's on SNL. That's what they're supposed to do. Doesn't change my admiration of her and her success." And Nick Cannon says his 15-year-old son Moroccan is allowed to date, but Moroccan's twin, 15-year-old twin sister Monroe, can't. Nick says, "I know that's a double standard, and I don't care." Quote, "There's a difference when parenting a son and when parenting a daughter. I am more protective of my daughter because there's things out there I have to protect my daughter from. Like, as we know, there's certain types of individuals that you want to keep your daughter away from. My son, it's different. It's a different conversation when he's going out in the dating world. As you probably know, their kid's mom is Mariah Carey. There's no word on if she feels that same way. Parents, what do you say? Do you parent your daughter and your son, even if they're the same exact age, differently?" Olivia Rodrigo made fun of Jake Paul for beating up old guys, and Olivia Wilde responds to people saying she looks like Gollum. There you go. The world of absolute weird. All right, we do have someone who messaged in and said, how can Dusty not pick Golden Tempo when he works for Pro Sound and Lights, when he is setting up the microphones so that when people come in and setting up the sound systems, he makes it sound good. When people are playing on stage and they're up dancing and they're playing for the crowd and they've got this golden tempo going on, all thanks to Pro Sound and Lights. And Dusty instead skips over Golden Tempo, he laughs at Golden Tempo, and he picks Chief Wallaby. I'm trying to make Dusty sound a little worse than he is, because he still beat me in our competition. But Dusty, had you just picked the name that went with your business, you would have been the winner for like the second time in the last 3 years picking the overall winner. I'm just going to start guessing next year. I'm just betting what Dusty says. Because it's obvious that it doesn't matter how much you know about horse racing. Dusty hasn't watched a horse race, I don't think, in his life. And he's picked like 3 of the last 4 winners, or at least 3 of the last 4 top 2 finishers. So what's it matter at this point? 7:57, we're back after this.
Hey, this is your radio broadcasting live from a really tall tower with a really pointy antenna. And today we're going to talk about growing your business. So are you ready to take your business to the next level? You're looking for more customers, more sales, and more profits? Well, you've come to the right place. Your radio. First, let me ask you a question. Are you mostly relying on word of mouth to bring in business? Word of mouth is good. However, radio is, cliche alert, word of mouth on steroids. Think about it. You can tell 10 people about your business, but with radio, you can reach thousands of potential customers every week. And did you know that radio produces results unmatched by any other media? Your dollars go further with me. So how do you get started? Just give us a call and we'll get the ball rolling. Hey, you want to hear a radio joke? Did you hear the one about the 2 antennas that fell in love and got married? The wedding was terrible. but the reception was great.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? It's the friendly, expert care you'll experience every time you bank with us. Hi, I'm Lindsay Kolb, the Retail Market Manager at Whitaker Bank in Danville, Kentucky. Whether you're opening an account, planning for the future, or looking for a friendly face, we're here to make banking easy. Stop by or call us at 859-236-9822 to see how we put you first. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC.
Catch the best of Sean Hannity, Saturday mornings, 10 to 1 on WHIR.
All right, 7:59 in the morning, halfway home, 8 o'clock in the morning is coming up, and we'll see what's going on with Ruby Klein-Eaton, a runner's mom, and more. She'll update us in the world of running and races and 5Ks and 10Ks and marathons and the like. That'll be at 8:10 right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. It's 8 o'clock.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. There are reports this morning of a possible missile strike on a U.S. Navy vessel in the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian state media says 2 missiles struck the warship after it ignored warnings to halt. The incident follows President Trump's announcement that a mission would begin today, supported by U.S. Central Command, to escort stranded ships out of the narrow waterway. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani is in the hospital in Florida in critical but stable condition. Giuliani hosted his show America's Mayor Live on Friday and then mentioned he wasn't feeling well.
And my voice is a little under the weather, so I won't be able to speak as loudly as I usually do.
And then on Sunday, a spokesperson for Giuliani said he was in the hospital but wouldn't elaborate. Sources tell NBC4 in New York the 81-year-old suffered a serious pulmonary issue. Authorities say a United Airlines flight arriving from Italy hit a light pole near Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey. More from Rob Martier.
The plane hit a light pole near Newark Liberty International Airport. It landed safely with no injuries reported among passengers or crew, but a tractor-trailer on the turnpike was hit. The truck driver suffered minor injuries from shattered glass and was later released from the hospital. The FAA is investigating the incident. I'm Rob Martier.
Gas prices continue to climb as the war in Iran continues. The average cost of a gallon of regular is at just under $4.46 today, according to AAA. That's up a penny from yesterday and more than 30 cents higher than a week ago. California has the highest average in the nation at $6.11. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
This deer season, John Deere wants to give you the home field advantage. We're bringing you the best offers of the season, whether that's cash off on select new machines or a shot at the ultimate Major League Baseball prize package. Because right now, you can enter for a chance to win an MLB All-Star experience for you and 3 friends, complete with travel and lodging for All-Star Week this July. Deer season is going on now through June 3rd. Visit johndeere.com/deer season to enter and view the offers and complete contest rules. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It was out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
The man accused of trying to kill President Trump during the White House Correspondents Association dinner is no longer on suicide watch. More from Mark Mayfield.
The decision was made yesterday, one day after his lawyers asked a federal court to
to remove suicide precautions. The attorneys argued that Cole Thomas Allen was being unlawfully punished. They said he was being kept in a padded cell despite multiple assessments that found no suicide risk. On Sunday, the lawyers withdrew their request after learning that the 31-year-old is no longer on suicide watch. I'm Mark Mayfield.
3 people are dead and 5 others are in critical condition in connection with a large fire in Upper Manhattan. In New York, Scott Pringle.
This fire broke out at a 6-story building on Dyckman Avenue in Inwood around 12:30 in the morning and quickly tore through 8 apartments. Firefighters able to make some rescues from the fire escapes, but could not save 3 people who perished. A number of others taken to the hospital and some in critical condition. This person lives in the building.
There's been plenty of fires. They have a lot of issues in the building, gas leakage.
Fire Commissioner Lillian Bonsignor says many residents left their apartment doors open, allowing the fire to spread. In New York, I'm Scott Pringle.
You deserve a break today, even when getting a soda at McDonald's. More from Rory O'Neill.
McDonald's will phase out its self-serve soda fountains at restaurants across the country. The move aims to reduce labor and maintenance costs while adapting to new consumer trends. They will prioritize takeout and delivery over eating in at the restaurant. The Golden Arches plans to completely eliminate the soda fountains by 2032.
Producer of Boy Meets World, David Kendall, is dead. The announcement was made over the weekend on Instagram by an account of the Pod Meets World podcast, hosted by former cast members. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Danville's Famous Recipes been serving Central Kentucky with the best chicken since 1972. Enjoy your money-saving $6 meal. Choose from 2 famous strips or 2 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken. Your favorite side, homestyle buttermilk biscuit and drink, all at just $6. Or grab the 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece family meal with large shareable sides and a buttermilk biscuit. Call for expert caterers at 859-236-8777. It's Danville's Famous Recipes Southport. That's not just chicken, it's tradition.
The primary election is coming, and tonight, there's something worth remembering. Your voice matters.
Hi, I'm Secretary of State Michael Adams, here to remind you, take a few minutes, show up, and vote in our May primary election.
Make a plan. Be there. Your vote is your voice. Use it. Learn more at sos.ky.gov. Sponsored by the Kentucky Secretary of State's Office.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. The Bull County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Stanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines, and they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes, do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Little Rayleigh Joe. Brought to you by our friends over at Good Neighbor Pharmacy in Danville. Featuring convenience, stay in your car drive-through, complete diabetes shop, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturday, 9 to 5. Good Neighbor Pharmacy behind Cracker Barrel here in Danville. Cloudy today, sunny later. Take that. High of 78, low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, showers likely, thunderstorms possible, high of 72. Low tomorrow night of 54. Tons of rain in the forecast into Wednesday, where you get 64 as the high. Thursday, we're looking better. Friday, certainly Saturday, good as well. So it begins to fade out in the tail end of this week. It's 8:10 in the morning. Ruby Klein Eaton, a runner's mom, and more. Good morning, Ruby. How are you?
Good morning, Danville. I know it's kind of misty rain. It's kind of cool, but it should not stop you from getting up, getting out, and getting active. Just dress accordingly and make sure you hydrate. It's that time of year, guys. It's still time to exercise and get those steps in.
Love it. Good stuff. Keeping us busy.
Yes,
Ruby, what do we got in running?
Tell you, it's been a whirlwind weekend. I left last Friday morning for Indianapolis. It was a nice drive up there, part of my old stomping ground, so it was nice to be up there and walk around and see everything, refresh my memory, and I did the Indy Mini. So that makes about 3 half marathons in the last 3 weeks, with the endurance run, of course, being just under a half, but it was horrible, of course, and I'm going to do it again next year, of course. But we started out with an endurance run, we did Derby, and now we have done the Indy Mini. I'm going to take a little bit of break from the long distance, and this coming weekend, we are going to be in Louisville for Through the Zoo. I'm excited to do this. I've been told that it's really hilly, and I'm thinking, well, it can't be any worse than what I've already done, so I'm going to go into it and just enjoy it and see the animals and just have a good time. For those of you who want to stay pretty local, the lunch lady is going to be over in Coldstream in Lexington. And then the week after, I'm going to be doing the 10K for Run the Bluegrass again. Run the Bluegrass has been around for a bunch of years. I'm excited for them. It's always a big, fun race, and it starts and ends at Talon Winery, so I'm excited to be there. On the 23rd, I will be doing photos with my team for the Big Lex 4-miler. I'm excited to have everybody and to see all my runner kids. And then on the 30th, we have Pisco Farms. It's a half marathon, and I believe it's a 10K going on. Again, I will be doing pictures and seeing everybody. And then I start back over again with a bunch of stuff coming up in June. So we have got things to do, places to go, people to see, and I'm so excited for it.
Love it. Good stuff. Ruby Klein Eaton, the runner's mom, and more. Ruby, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so I got to get. It's been a long time since I've been running. You know, I've been down for like a month and a half.
You sound kind of hoarse still, but I'm glad to hear that. So guess what I want you to do, though? I would like, and this is a plug, I'm going to do a plug for, I'm a Kiwanian, and for those of you who want to come and have a really good time, June 4th, that's a Thursday evening, we have our second annual Pies in the Park fundraiser. So
yeah.
I would love to have you and your family there. And maybe if you want to help out, we can showcase you.
Yeah. Hey, I remember the Pies in the Park last year. Happened around that time, and we had, Tabitha Teague came in, and then there was somebody else. I think his name was Scott. I can't remember.
Scott Anderson,
Scott Anderson, that's it, yeah. They both came in, and that was the first year of the event, and it sounded awesome. So I'm glad to hear that it's back for a second year this year.
It is back for a second year, and we're looking for a volunteer to help showcase pies. You in?
Okay. Are you?
I mean, all it is, you can walk around and show the pie off, and you can, try to get people to bid a little bit higher because, we are making sure our local children are taken care of, and that's where the fundraiser money is going to be going. So, Danville, it is time for you to step up, not only get up, but step up.
Yeah, so that's June 4th. That is 1 month from today. Today's May the 4th. So
Correct.
exactly 1 month
Correct.
from today. Ruby, we appreciate you being on. People have any questions, how can they get in touch with you?
You can give me a call or a text at 859-583-7852. Find me on all the social medias. I have already shared on my stories about the Pies in the Park. I will have a lot more stuff coming up, and I am working. So just give me a call.
There you go. And shout out to Miss Glow. I'm sure she's listening this morning.
Absolutely. We have to shout out to Miss Glow, and I hope she's warm out there.
Yeah. Miss Glow, appreciate you listening. Loyal listener, and Ruby will talk to you again next Monday morning, okay?
Absolutely. Let's get moving.
Ruby Klein-Eaton, the runner's mom, and more. It is 8:15 in the morning. Yeah, Ruby said, still sound a little hoarse. That's the thing about, like, when you're sick and you work somewhere else that's not on the radio, then it is what it is. But if you're sick on the radio, it's like everybody listening knows. And I don't even feel bad. I just, I'm coughing much less than I was, and I'm a lot less congested than I was. That's the best way to put it, so I can tell that I'm getting better. So just give my voice a couple of more days to match up with where I'm feeling. Though Rudy Giuliani just said on Friday he was feeling fine, and he's in the hospital now. He was on a podcast Friday like, yeah, I'm doing good. My voice just sounds terrible. And now the guy's in the hospital. I don't feel that bad. I promise you I don't. We're going to get this voice back to where it should be. Right now, let's see what's going on in this morning's Sorta Sports Report. The everyday sports news you may not get either via radio or TV. First of all, round 2 of the playoffs is upon us in the NBA. 8 teams are left. Here are tonight's Game 1 matchups. 8 o'clock on NBC and Peacock is the 76ers at the Knicks. Knicks are 7.5-point favorites. Timberwolves at Spurs. Spurs, 13.5-point favorites. As of last night, Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Raptors 114-102 in Game 7 to advance to the Eastern Conference semis.
Final 5 seconds. Pritchard's 3 off the mark. Rebound goes to Tyrese Maxey. And for the first time in franchise history, the Philadelphia 76ers have come back from 3-1 down. They take out the number 2 seed in the East, and the process is moving on to the second round. 109-100 your final.
What about the 76ers beating the Boston Celtics? Now, our good buddy Mr. Packett is a Celtics fan, but I'm not sure how much he's watched the Celtics. I bet he's probably watched collectively like 20 minutes of the Celtics all year long. He's a Reds fan, too, and if you're a Reds fan now, you got to be locked into the Reds the way they're playing. I know they just got swept by the Pirates, but 20 wins in the month of April. Reds are doing their thing. Either way, 76ers beat the Celtics 109-100 in Game 7 yesterday.
Well, the Pistons will win their first playoff series in 18 years, overcoming a 3-1 deficit to keep their dream season alive. 3 consecutive wins, and they're headed to the second round.
And the other Game 7 was the Pistons beating the Magic 116-94.
And they will be eliminated. Terrific season for the Raptors. Take it to 7. Comes to an end. The Cleveland Cavaliers advance to round 2.
Okay, they gave us 2 Cleveland Cavaliers sound bites there. Whatever. Mr. Packett said, I did not watch a minute of the NBA. quite frankly, that seems to be everyone's response. Hey, do you watch much NBA? I haven't watched a minute of it. I've got one good friend who loves watching the NBA, and he's like the only person that I know who just is enthralled by the NBA. But either way, the NBA playoffs continue. NHL playoffs also continue. Flyers at Hurricanes. Canes lead that series 1-0. Ducks at Vegas Golden Knights. That's game 1 of that series in the National Hockey League. And going to the final turn of the 152nd Kentucky Derby, Golden Tempo was sniffing the backsides of 17 other horses. Jockey Jose Ortiz worked him some magic and managed to pull off a spectacular burst that saw the 23-1 shot overtake them all and win the Derby. Trainer Cherie DeVoe is now the first woman to ever train a horse that won the Kentucky Derby. She was the second ever to train a horse that won a Triple Crown race, and she was thrilled not only for the victory, but for the fact that she doesn't have to answer questions about what it would be like to be the first female to train a Derby winner ever again. Now she is. The next leg in the Triple Crown, couple of weeks, May 16th, at the Preakness Stakes.
In front, selling a huge long shot. Renegade and Golden Tempo are closing too. Here's Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo and Cherie DeVoe make history in the Kentucky Derby over Renegade in a final time of 2:02.27 seconds.
The first female trainer to win the Kentucky Derby.
That's what's going on in this morning's Sort of Sports Report. Not the Big Daddy. Big Daddy's off until Wednesday, but K&N gives us more sports right now.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. That for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place Ocelli have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top 3 horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court addition. 5-star center Obinna Ekize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Have you heard about Farmers National Bank's Teller on Demand service? I gave it a try and I loved it. I simply touched the screen, talked with bank specialists live on screen, and they made it quick and easy. And the service even offers extended hours, 8 to 6 weekdays and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Teller on Demand is a quick and easy way to make withdrawals, deposits, or ask a question. Farmers National Bank, member FDIC.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe. Okay, thank you for that. Brought to you by our friends over at The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store, HometownLive.net. Scattered showers and thunderstorms today, mostly sunny, high of 78, a low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, showers are likely, partly sunny as well. 72 is the high, a low tomorrow night of 54. 3/4 of an inch of rain possible overnight into Wednesday, where showers are likely, mostly cloudy, 64. Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny and 67. Hey, it's 8:23 in the morning, 52 degrees on this Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in, 238-9447. We're taking a look at what's gone on this date, May the 4th, in the history that's made this date a date to remember. On this date, 1968, the fast food hamburger world changed. On this date, 1968, a burger called the Big Mac debuted.
I'm going to show you how McDonald's builds a Big Mac sandwich. It starts here with a lightly toasted bun, and then a pure beef hamburger, sizzling hot, a slice of cheddar blend cheese, and some crisp, fresh lettuce. Then, our own secret sauce.
Yeah, I was at McDonald's on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And went in there and ordered. You all know, I'm a big fast food guy. When I was a lowly college student, McDonald's had my back, and I'm not turning my back on those places that had me in my lowest of lows. And they got this advertisement now for the Big Arch Burger. It's like their specialty burger. And I look at it, and it almost, to me, looks like too much meat. They got these 2 thick patties on there, and I don't know if I want to spend all this time eating this one big burger when I can order 2 or 3 other different items at probably the same, if not less cost, and get more variety. That's my thing about the Big Arch Burger. It looks fine, but I'm not sure I want to be that committed to one fast food item to pay that much for that big of a burger at a fast food restaurant. The Big Mac, however, it's the most iconic fast food burger of them all. That'd be a good question, actually, to ask when Dusty comes in tomorrow. We can have that discussion. Rank the most iconic fast food burgers of all time. Big Mac would be up there. The Whopper would be up there. I know Wendy's has got the Dave Single, but that's relatively newer, is it not, compared to, like, their Junior Bacon Cheeseburger? So that you have to kind of decipher Wendy's. You got Arby's, which I know is not a burger, but it's their staple sandwich, the roast beef or the beef and cheddar. Maybe we'll have to have that discussion tomorrow when Dusty's in here. It was on this date, 1970. After days of protest at Kent State University against the United States invasion of Cambodia, the National Guard fired on a group of protesters, killing 4 people and injuring about 10. The event started a nationwide student strike that forced hundreds of college students and universities to close due to the nationwide strikes. The event also inspired this song by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young called Ohio. We'll play a clip of this, and then we'll play a clip of an eyewitness talking about the incident that happened on this date 56 years ago in 1970 on the campus of Kent State University in Kent, Ohio. Here's the clip of the incident, according to an eyewitness that was there on scene.
A few kids were throwing sticks and stones, but that was only a handful, not more than 10, 15. And then the guard shot some tear gas up on the hill to disperse the crowd, and the kids picked it up and threw it back. And all of a sudden I heard the shooting. And
it was on the date 1998. The Unabomber was given 4 life sentences plus 30 years by a federal judge in Sacramento, California, under a plea agreement that spared him the death penalty.
Theodore Kaczynski is currently serving 4 life sentences without parole at the so-called Supermax prison in Colorado.
And that's what's gone on this date, May the 4th, in history that's made this date a date to remember. 859-238-9447. That's 238-WHIR.
Did you forget Mother's Day?
Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me!
You need to enter the I Forgot Mother's Day Protection Program.
Where is that no good son of mine?
Oh!
The I Forgot Mother's Day Protection Program will give you a new identity, a new life in a new location hundreds of miles away, and completely change your look so your own mother wouldn't recognize you.
Okay, let's go!
The I Forgot Mother's Day Protection Program. Because if you forgot Mother's Day, you do not want her finding you.
Well, you still got a couple of days. You got 6 days left. Mother's Day is coming up this Sunday, May the 10th. So no need to go into Mother's Day protection quite yet, but you start preparing over the next 6 days if you don't hit that mark on Sunday. We're a minute away from bottom hour news right here in the Joe Show. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 8:29.
If you want to get more customers for your business, radio can help. Hi, I'm Don, your small business marketing specialist. Did you know that radio advertising has powerful advantages over other media? Radio reaches a wider audience, as most people listen to the radio every day. Radio is the #1 reach medium. Also, radio advertising is inexpensive compared to other types of advertising, such as television or print. This makes it a great choice if you have a limited budget. And with radio, you can target specific demographics, so you're not forced to buy the ones you don't need. Finally, radio advertising can generate an immediate response from customers, whether it's a phone call, website visit, or in-store visit. To learn more, call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
President Donald Trump has dropped his endorsements for the Kentucky Senate race, looking to replace longtime Senator Mitch McConnell. On Truth Social Friday, he endorsed Representative Andy Barr in the senator's race and Ralph Alvarado, who's running in the 6th Congressional District race. Trump said Barr is always a vote we can count on because he knows what it takes to get things done and make America great again. Joining said endorsement was Nate Morris, who's now jumped off his own campaign wagon to root for Barr. For Alvarado, Trump called him a true friend to MAGA. The 2026 congressional election is slated for Tuesday, November 3rd. 3 London police officers disciplined for allegedly slapping an autistic man already in custody. This took place on April 22nd as officers received a call about a man walking away from an assistant care facility in London. Officers arrested Cody Grimshaw for several charges, which include assaulting officers and resisting arrest. Those charges have since been dropped as court documents declare Grimshaw a low IQ suspect with a guardian representing him. 2 of the 3 officers punished have resigned from the force. In history made in the Kentucky Derby Saturday, Paul Miles reports from Churchill Downs.
Golden Tempo held off a late challenge from the favorite Renegade to win the 152nd Kentucky Derby, and Cherie DeVoe becomes the first female trainer to win the race.
I myself have never felt that it was a disadvantage, but we are underrepresented, and it's an honor, truly an honor to be here for all of us.
Golden Tempo won the Derby at odds of 23-1. The morning line favorite Renegade finished 2nd, followed by O'Sully. At Churchill Downs in Louisville, I'm Paul Miles.
And from the newsroom, I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. The Ready Care Clinic is a primary care and walk-in clinic. They perform physicals for work, school, and sports with minimal wait times. No appointment needed. They're located in Lawrenceburg, Harrisburg, Crab Orchard, and now Danville. Primary care when you need it. The Ready Care Clinic.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Bull County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Stanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines, and they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes, do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hello, this is Mark Wade, Superintendent of Boyle County Schools. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. It falls right in the middle of KSA testing. I guess you could say our teachers are really passing the test this week every single day. All jokes aside, our teachers continue to show up with patience, encouragement, and a whole lot of heart for our students. To our teachers, thank you for all you do and for living out excellence in everything every single day. We appreciate you.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Little Jophus, brought to you by our friends over at Morning Point in Danville. They have the lantern there, offering 2 levels of memory care for early and latter stages of Alzheimer's and dementia. Get info on Facebook at Morning Point of Danville. Mostly sunny, a high of 78, low tonight of 57. Yeah, we do expect it to be sunny on this Monday, the 4th day of May. Tomorrow, showers likely, partly sunny, high of 72. Wednesday, thunderstorms and showers and a high of 64. Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny and 67. It's 8:37 in the morning. It's 52 degrees. Permy! What's going on with your wedding planning with Pim?
Hi, I'm Timothy Stewart Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. You're a bride who never has her hair done or wears makeup, and now everyone's suggesting you get them both done for your wedding. Get a little extra help in the hair and makeup department. Speak with friends about people they've used in a similar capacity for special occasion hair and makeup, and hire the person you feel most comfortable with and fits your budget. The biggest reason to hire someone to do your hair and your makeup is so you have one less thing to worry about on what's sure to be a stressful and busy day. If you know that a stylist will be at your house at 10 and the makeup person is coming at 11, then you needn't run around that morning trying to make sure your hair looks perfect or that your mascara doesn't leave you looking like a raccoon. Why should you have to worry about getting your hair or makeup just so when what you should be spending your mental energy on is preparing for your walk down the aisle? Wouldn't it be nice to know that there will be someone there the morning of to take the shine off your forehead and nose and to make sure your hair is super shiny? Do yourself a favor and let someone else take over the job of enhancing the beautiful you the man waiting at the end of the aisle fell in love with. My love note for today, look your best on your wedding day. Just be sure with a special hairdo and makeup, you still look like you.
It's time to spring into deals at Lowe's. Freshen up your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Then get what you need to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on select laundry pairs. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Is your car in need of a shine? Keep it sparkling all month long with Safari Falls Car Wash. Locally owned, locally loved. Come visit us at Safari Falls. Your car deserves the best, and so do you.
Free vacuums, free towels, free interior and glass cleaner. Everything you need to shine inside and out, included with every wash.
We have your car covered with unbeatable service around the clock. Our Jane Trail location is open 24/7 for your car care needs.
We love NASCAR. Catch the races here on WHIR AM 1230.
$8:41 in the morning. It's 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. And we'd love to have you right here on the radio on The Joe Show as we get you geared up to see what's going on in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, and also in Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always unequivocally just eat it right here in The Joe Show. Chipotle is bringing back its honey chicken for a limited time as a sweet and a spicy protein option. Chipotle's honey chicken features chicken marinated with smoky chipotle peppers, grilled and then finished with a bit of honey. In addition to its availability as a protein for the chain's entrees, Chipotle honey chicken is also available in a high-protein cup versus regular chicken protein cup as well. Chipotle suggests getting the limited-time chicken in a bowl with white rice, black beans, light roasted chili corn salsa, and guacamole. In addition to the U.S., it's also available in other countries as well. All right, brain collabs are hot right now, and the latest is between Jolly Rancher and a product company I've never heard of before. It's RYLT. It's spelled R-Y-L. I guess it's Realty, or it's Rialty. I've never seen this company's name in my life, but they're collabing with Jolly Rancher. They whipped up the real Jolly Rancher tea and the candy's iconic flavors, blue raspberry, green apple, and cherry. The teas contain 0 sugar and 5 calories or less, plus a boost of vitamin C and antioxidants. A strawberry flavor's being teased too. The teas are available in stores right now. And you heard this maybe in top hour news, but McDonald's is phasing out self-serve soda fountains at its restaurants across the country. The change will come as stores get renovated, which has happened to some already. The move aims to reduce labor and maintenance costs while adapting to new customer trends that prioritize takeout and delivery over eating in the restaurant. The goal is to completely eliminate the soda fountains by 2032. For fans of drink customizing, it's the end of an era. And for fans of being able to just walk to the soda fountain and not have to wait for someone to give you your soda behind the counter, it's also the end of an era. This seems like it's going to be extremely inconvenient. I mean, can you imagine, like, having an empty cup of soda and walking up and being in line behind 4 other people who are ordering food, and they only have one person at the register? I'm already getting frustrated at the prospects of this, and it's still 6 years away from happening. McDonald's is quietly ditching self-serve soda stations. Rialty and Jolly Rancher team up for a new tea line. Chipotle brings back the honey chicken. Grub Gab, the world of food, where you can always just eat it. We're going to see what's going on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Coming up next.
Are you on your feet all day or dealing with shoes that just don't provide the right support? Danville Bike and Footwear is your destination for trusted shoe brands Brooks, Asics, Ultra, and Saucony, plus Power Step and Spinco insoles. Your feet need the right support, stability, and shock absorption for all-day comfort. Let the shoe specialist at Danville Bike and Footwear help you find the right shoe for your lifestyle. Stop by Danville Bike and Footwear at 417 West Main Street in downtown Danville next to City Hall.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. That for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, you know, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place O'Selly have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top 3 horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court addition. 5-star center Obinna Ekize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Hello, this is James David Sperling. The Sperling family is proud to be the owner of Preston Pruitt Sperling Funeral Home in Danville. Our pledge to you is to offer the same compassionate, caring service that Preston Pruitt established in 1880.
The Sperlin family has many years' experience taking care of families like yours with the finest and most affordable services available. They're located on South 4th Street in Danville. Call 859-236-4343, 236-4343.
Preston Pruitt Sperlin Funeral Home. Our family serving your family.
Discover the power of radio. If you're a business owner, did you know that radio advertising engages your consumers more than any other media? In fact, the engagement levels for radio advertising, or the percentage of people who actively pay attention to the ads, is by far the highest of any mass media. Discover the power of radio.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
Little Rayleigh Joe. Thanks for that. Brought to you by our friends hanging out over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote. 859-236-6686. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny later on this afternoon. A high today of 78, a low tonight 57. Partly sunny skies and 72 the high tomorrow. A low tomorrow night 54. Quite a bit of rain in the forecast. Into Wednesday, where on Wednesday you get rain showers, thunderstorms are likely, and a high of 64. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, looking great. Right now it's 8:49 in the morning. It's 52 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. 859-238 WHIR. Hey, Secretary of State Marco Rubio making headlines. Recently attended a wedding and appeared as a DJ at the DJ booth there at the wedding, and a certain somebody could not let him have all the spotlight. Listen to it.
All right, little Marco, that's enough. Give it up for your wedding DJ, little Marco Rubio. Hugh is a pretty good DJ, but not as good as me. Are you all ready to party? Hope so. Before I play YMCA for the 10th time, I just want to say the bride is so hot. Isn't she hot? Hey, girl, why don't you ditch that loser? I'm available. Just don't tell Melania. All right? All of the Iranians in the crowd, put your hands in the air, not to party, so we can identify you and arrest you. Wow, this crowd is moving better than a ship through the Strait of Hormuz. That's what I'm talking about. DJ Trump in the house.
What's going on? Date May the 4th in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, starting off on this date, 1951. Happy birthday to Jackie Jackson from the Jackson 5. Happy birthday. Jackie, 75 years old today. They were the first group to debut with 4 straight #1 hits on the Hot 100 song charts. I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Save, and I'll Be There. And with the Jacksons have the 1979 hit Shake Your Body Down to the Ground. Happy birthday today, 75 years old, for Jackie Jackson. He was on this day, rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1967, where this group started a 4-week run at #1 on the U.S. charts with this song. Oh, yeah. The Young Rascals and their #1 hit, a song called Groovin'. Atlantic Records CEO Jerry Wexler did not want to release this song. However, a disc jockey named Murray the K heard the track, liked it, encouraged Atlantic to release this as a single, and radio led the way. Just listen to the DJs and your voices on radio. They'll lead you home. Happened in this case, 1967. We're always full of sound advice.
Anything we like to do. There's always lots of things that we can see. We can be anyone.
It was on this day, rock and roll, pop, R&B music history, 1974, where this group started a 2-weeker at number 1 with this song.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
Grand Funk Railroad, a 2-weeker at number 1 on the U.S. charts with their version of the little Eva hit called The Locomotion. It was only the second time that a cover version and the original version had gone number 1. On this date, 1974. And it was on this day, rock and roll, pop, R&B music history, 1996, where this artist released an album that went 6 weeks at number 1.
2 minutes too late, and isn't it ironic?
Alanis Morissette, with her album called Jagged Little Pill. Yeah, the album produced 6 really successful singles. You Ought to Know, You Learn, Hand in My Pocket, Head Over Feet, and this one, Ironic. 33 million copies sold worldwide by Alanis Morissette. Jagged Little Pill was nominated for 9 Grammy Awards. It won 5, including Album of the Year, making the then 21-year-old Morissette the youngest artist to ever win the top honor up to that point. On this date, 1996, Alanis Morissette and Ironic. On this album, Jagged Little Pill started a 6-weeker at number 1.
Well, isn't this nice? And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride on your already paid. It's a good advice that you just didn't take.
There you go, Alanis Morissette, Little Eva, and Grand Funk Railroad. The Young Rascals and Jackie Jackson have all made their mark on this date, May the 4th. Rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It's 8:56 in the morning, and we're back after this.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director for your Boyle County Health Department. The health and safety of our residents is of great importance to me. Each year, lives are lost due to lung cancer, many of which are preventable. That is something that I would like to see change. Lung cancer deaths associated with smoking and exposure to radon gas are considered by the Environmental Protection Agency as the foremost contributing factors in causing lung cancer. This is where the Boyle County Health Department can help. We have smoking cessation classes beginning often, and the entire program only lasts 13 weeks. Imagine how much better you can feel in just a few short weeks. Also, our environmental staff has information on radon indoor air mitigation systems that can greatly reduce the risk of radon gas in your home. For more information on either of these programs, contact your Boyle County Health Department at 859-236-2053. Thank you.
The 615 Collective is coming to the Boyle County Performing Arts Center. Rooted in the spirit of bands like Fleetwood Mac and Little Big Town, this 3-time Grammy-nominated All-American country band delivers a mix of original music, high-energy covers, and hit songs they've written for stars like George Strait and Luke Bryan. See the 615 Collective live, Friday, May 29th at 7 p.m. Buy your tickets online now at thebcpac.com. That's thebcpac.com.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
All right. Just Love Coffee and Cafe, brand new here in Danville. on the bypass in front of Hampton Inn and Holiday Inn Express. A great spot for morning coffee, great local spot for meeting friends and getting some work done. They were founded as a brand on the mission of bringing people together over coffee while making a positive impact in local communities. If you haven't tried the waffles yet at Just Love Coffee, you got to get out there. You're missing out. Coffee waffles, helping the community. It's what Just Love Coffee in Danville is all about. 3-time Roaster of the Year finalist by Roaster Magazine. Get out there and tell them you heard him on the Joe Show on WHIR. And you can also get 200 free rewards points at Just Love Coffee and Cafe in Danville. Again, on the bypass in front of Hampton Inn and Holiday Inn Express. And get your breakfast there at Just Love Coffee and Cafe. The ribbon cutting ceremony there today with the Chamber of Commerce at 11 o'clock. Melton's Deli in Danville, the place to go for a sandwich for lunch a little bit later on this afternoon. Let's get ourselves the Big Mama Sub. It's number 5 on the Melton's Deli menu, 247 East Main, 995 Ben Ally Drive. Smoked turkey, deli baked ham, Swiss and American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mayonnaise on your choice of bread, though they recommend the 6-inch sub sandwich bun at Melton's Deli in Danville. Again, 247 East Main and 995 Ben Ally Drive. Keeping in mind, I had it in the local news, but just in case you missed it, the Boyle County Recycling Center is back open. Beginning today, they're accepting plastics 1 and 2, aluminum cans, paper, cardboard, and yes, now styrofoam. They have a styrofoam smasher. And glass. They're getting the glass pulverizer there as well. And we were there for the grand opening of that and the public open house on Friday. It is a phenomenal facility. The county did a great job of getting that building up and operable. A ton of space in there, and they are ready to get your recyclables back in there. North Stewart's Lane, 225 North Stewart's Lane for the Recycling Center location. It's 9 o'clock.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock. NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Iran is reporting a missile attack on a U.S. Navy vessel in the Strait of Hormuz, a report the U.S. denies. Iranian state media says 2 missiles struck the warship after it ignored warnings to halt. U.S. Central Command says no Navy ship has been hit by missiles. The collapse of Spirit Airlines is affecting thousands of employees and travelers. Kathy Park reports the discount carrier announced early Saturday it had canceled all flights and is going out of business after failing to reach a deal for a government bailout.
The airline told travelers not to go to the airport, saying card payers will receive a refund, but offering no options for rebooking. Instead, directing people to a website for next steps.
American Airlines and Delta are among the major carriers offering reduced fares and other support for Spirit customers hit by the sudden closure. President Trump says he plans to raise tariffs on cars and trucks coming from the European Union to 25% starting this week. William Denslow with more.
The chair of the European Parliament's International Trade Committee says President Trump's threats are unacceptable, accusing the U.S. of breaking its commitments. The EU delayed ratifying its trade deal with the U.S. at the start of the year, amid a spat with Washington over control of Greenland.
The U.S. had lowered auto tariffs on the EU to 15% as part of a new trade deal, but Trump says the EU isn't keeping up its end of the bargain to reciprocally drop tariffs on U.S. automakers. Tariffs on European autos are connected to national security and are exempt from the Supreme Court ruling that struck down many of Trump's tariffs. And GameStop wants to buy eBay. The video game retailer made the unsolicited $56 billion offer, suggesting $125 per share for the online marketplace. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere.
had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
The job sector is front and center this week, leading up to Friday's April employment report from the Labor Department. Daria Albinger has a preview.
Employers aren't firing many workers lately, but then again, they're not hiring that many either. And that's expected to be the case in a handful of key reports this week. They start with the JOLTS, or Job Openings, Layoffs, and Turnovers report. It's seen as a deeper dive into the Labor Department's job numbers. We'll get the latest numbers from payroll processor ADP on Wednesday. This one, however, only measures hiring at private employers. Look for weekly jobless claims on Thursday, which experts consider a proxy for layoffs, and then the government report on Friday.
3 people are dead from a possible hantavirus infection on a cruise ship out in the Atlantic, health officials say. Another 3 people are being treated with hantavirus confirmed in 1 case. Hantaviruses are spread by contact with rodents or their urine, droppings, and saliva, according to the CDC, and do not often spread via person-to-person contact. There are reportedly 17 Americans on board, but it's not known if any of them are affected. A major decision has been made by the organizers of the Academy Awards. More from Rob Martier.
And the Oscar goes to nothing generated by artificial intelligence. Academy organizers say AI actors and writers will be ineligible for Oscars. On Friday, new rules were issued requiring screenplays to be human-authored to be nominated and to be performed by humans. The Academy now also reserves the right to request additional information about how AI was used in film production. The next ceremony will take place March of 2027. Guaranteed human, I'm Rob Martier.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is #1 at the box office. The movie raked in $77 million in its opening weekend. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
We have an update on Iran. They now want to train bomb-carrying kamikaze dolphins to chase the U.S. out of the Strait of Hormuz. New York Post. Iran is considering using dolphins armed with mines to blow up the Strait of Hormuz. This is going to anger Linda. There's going to be a lot of dead dolphins if they pull that off.
Well, I hope that they don't kill all the dolphins.
Well, what do you think is going to happen if they put bombs on dolphins? They're going to be dead dolphins.
I don't know. Is there no other way?
You're dealing with radical Islamic terrorists. Dealing with people that have no compunctions about
Reason
putting
number 800
bombs
to hate
on
them.
their own children with the promise of 72 virgins in heaven.
You are right.
I mean, you want to have a rational conversation with those people? Good luck.
Check out the Sean Hannity Radio Show later today, right here.
All right, many are worried inflation may be making a comeback, and with the war in Iran, well, does that cause higher prices? You know what? Inflation seems to always be one step away. That's just a fact. You read about it every day, whether it be government debt, government taxes, regulation, whatever. There seems to always be upward pressure on prices. Now, take a look at what a steak costs today. It's pretty unbelievable, and I eat it, so that's why I know. That's why I always help hedge against inflation with a time-tested strategy. Ever since I could save any money, I've taken a percentage of my savings and put it in gold and silver. Reach out to my partners, and I'm a customer of Goldco. They're the #1 gold and silver company in the country. They have the best gold and silver offer in the business. Right now, you can get a free 2026 gold and silver kit and get 10% in bonus gold or silver just for getting started. Take action now. Call Goldco, 855-815-GOLD or HannityGold.com, 855-815-GOLD or Hannity.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update.
The Bull County Recycling Center is officially back open after about a month of it being closed as machines were moved to the new location. You can now take your recyclables to the new Boyle County Recycling Center on North Stewart's Lane beginning today. All your typical recyclable items are being accepted, plus now they'll accept styrofoam and glass as well. The next event in the Boyle County America 250 Celebration Series is coming up this Saturday. It's called McDowell Night at the Norton Center, where you'll be able to see an original copy of Kentucky's 1792 Constitution, as well as the Be the People exhibit, a Chautauqua performance exploring the life and times of Judge Samuel McDowell, and a panel discussion featuring 3 prominent Kentucky historians. It's free, and it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock at the Norton Center's Whizziger Theater. The Stanford Police Department say they're being made aware of a continuing scam that threatens enforcement for unpaid tolls, traffic violations, or fines. And they're reminding people that this is a scam. They say some of these look official and even include fake court dates, case numbers, or QR codes for payment. Remember, law enforcement will never send text messages demanding immediate payment, ask you to pay fines through QR codes, gift cards, or apps, or threaten to arrest or threaten of license suspension via text or unsolicited text messages. If you get a message like that, do not click the links or scan the QR codes. Do not respond or provide any information, and delete the message. And Attorney General Russell Coleman announced that he will pursue state murder charges against the Berea U.S. bank robber who shot and killed 2 people. Coleman's office announced that they were working with federal authorities and will pursue state murder charges against 18-year-old Braylon Weaver. Investigators found that Weaver's social media accounts contained photos of him wearing the same shoes that was seen on the suspect in surveillance footage, and footage from other businesses showed Weaver in the same car that the suspect was seen driving. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by Southern Heating and Cooling, keeping your home cozy as your comfort is their priority. They're veteran renowned, they're family operated, they are locally trusted. Go online, southernheatingcooling.com, or call 859-324-2770. Scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, a high of 78. Low tonight, 57. We are expecting to see sunshine for the remainder of this day. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms are likely. A high tomorrow, 72. Rain showers tomorrow night into Wednesday, where 64 is the high Wednesday. Thursday, partly sunny, 60. Friday, sunny and 67. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. It is 53 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May. And I'm so happy you're on the show with us this morning. 859-238-9447. 238-WHIR. We're going to see what's breaking and trending right here in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour on the Joe Show. Meta is threatening to cut access to its social media platforms in New Mexico. The threat, a response to the state's legal effort to force changes to child safety protocols in its platform. Meta and the state of New Mexico are expected to proceed to the second stage of their trial this week. A jury recently issued a $375 million award to the state after finding the company misled consumers about the safety of its platforms and its protection for children against predators. The next phase of this trial will focus on what actions the parent company of Facebook, InstaG, and WhatsApp must take to address those issues. One of those conditions New Mexico wants is a requirement that Meta meet a 99% accuracy threshold in verifying that children on its platform are at least 13 years old. Before you complain about the weather, think about this. The Sierra Nevada area of California is going to see up to 4 feet of snow by tomorrow. In May, the Weather Prediction Center says significant snow, which started yesterday, will continue through tomorrow. The cause is a Pacific low that's injecting moisture more than 90% above seasonal norms in the region. Road closures are happening right now, and the dig-out will be very unseasonable afterwards. Shakira gave a free concert on a beach in Rio de Janeiro on Saturday night, and guess what? It drew 2 million people. It was part of her concert, Women No Longer Cry World Tour. The set started an hour late at 11 p.m. local time, but the crowd didn't care. She told the crowd at one point, quote, "I arrived here when I was 18 years old, dreaming about singing for you. And now look at this. Life is magical." The Rio mayor confirmed the attendance figure on Twitter and gushed, "The she-wolf made history in Rio." 3 people are dead from a suspected hantavirus infection on a cruise ship in the Atlantic. The World Health Organization says another 3 people are being treated with hantavirus confirmed in 1 case. Hantaviruses are spread by contact with rodents or their urine, droppings, and saliva, the CDC said, and it does not often spread via person to person. According to the CDC, hantavirus infections can cause hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, which affects the lungs and kills more than a third of its patients in the United States. One type of hantavirus, the Andes virus, is known to be able to transmit from person to person, but it is rare. However, that is where this ship originated from, the Andes area. A man is under arrest in Miami accused of trespassing on a yacht and claiming to be holding it for President Donald Trump. Police say when the owner of the yacht confirmed Terry Roberts, he refused to leave and made threats. Roberts claimed to be a U.S. veteran and part of the Hells Angels group. He repeatedly said he had Trump's permission to be on the boat, according to body cam footage. Police eventually arrested the man, who was also wanted for stealing a motorcycle. And President Donald Trump announced yesterday the U.S. military will begin guiding stranded commercial ships out of the Strait of Hormuz starting today in an operation called Project Freedom.
Well, I don't want to say that. I mean, I can't tell that to a reporter. If they misbehave, if they do something bad, but right now, we'll see. But you know, it's a possibility that could happen, certainly.
That's President Trump at the airport when asked if he would be restarting military strikes in Iran. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on 103.9 FM. WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio on The Joe Show. Today is National Star Wars Day. May the 4th. I know Jack, my son's excited about the new Star Wars movie coming out on May the 22nd, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. He's already multiple times asked, "Hey, Dad, we are going to go see this, right? We're going to go see this." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, we'll go see it." The Mandalorian and the Grogu movie. But besides National Star Wars Day, it's also National Orange Juice Day. And it's also National Firefighters Day. Quickly about orange juice. To a majority of Americans, every day is National Orange Juice Day. My mom loves orange juice. Loves it. I'm not huge on orange juice. It's too much for me. Like, too thick and acidic. And I just can't do it. Unless it's like homemade at home, where I'm watching Rebecca, like grind the oranges and the juice into my cup. If it's store-bought, I just can't do that. It just makes me, I just can't. Anyway, National Orange Juice Day. We tend to wake up and crave a glass of orange juice. Just 1 8-ounce serving of orange juice contains 124 milligrams of vitamin C. I know people are listening and be like, "Well, Joe, if you drank a glass of orange juice, you probably wouldn't sound as nasally as you do right now." Supply of potassium, it's got folates in it. It is National Orange Juice Day today, and the orange is a citrus fruit, is a hybrid, actually, of a pomelo and a mandarin. They've been around since ancient times, originated in Southeast Asia, and around 85% of all the oranges grown are literally produced just for their juice. 85% of them, they're taking them and they're making orange juice with it. It's believed that Christopher Columbus was the first to bring orange seeds to America during his second voyage to the region of the Americas in 1493. Happy Orange Juice Day and International Firefighters Day as well. Salute them and the great work that they do. I will never forget April the 19th of 2023 when we had our house fire in our house and pulling up on the scene and seeing the firefighters were already there on scene before I could even make it. And we had a couple of people call the radio station that afternoon and we're like, hey, does Joe know his house is on fire right now? And Rebecca called me and saw on the Ring doorbell camera the smoke coming over the Ring doorbell camera and called me and she's like, Joe, I think our house is on fire. And I was just kind of stunned. Like, that seems like a weird thing for you to think, Rebecca. It's either on fire or it's not. Not that she knew. I was just stunned by the whole problem. Like, what are you talking about? And I remember saying, should I go home? And Rebecca's like, I guess you should. I'm like, surely our house isn't on fire. Like, she's just seeing something on the Ring doorbell camera she thinks is smoke. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll go home. So I run out of the building. And I remember running by Robert, who was sitting at the computer. And I'm like, I think my house is on fire right now. And Robert later told me that we had like 2 people or 3 people call the station. I'd already left. They're like, hey, Joe's house is on fire. So I drive home, and the firefighters are already there. And I remember specifically after like an hour, they were kind of going in waves, and there was a group of 3 or 4 of them that sat. We had a tree in the front left part of our yard, which has now been cut down. And about 3 or 4 of them sat underneath this tree and looked exhausted. I mean, they'd been in the house, and later they walked us through our house, and the fire chief at that point was like, you can tell it was about 500 to 600 degrees in here. He said, you can tell by the way the paint peels on the wall and all that. And I remember thinking back and looking at those firefighters. They were in that house with 500 to 600 degree flames. And were doing their best to fight it, like giving it their all. And coming out, and it wasn't a cool day by any means at that point, coming out into kind of the heat outside too. And just, I'm still, that picture's vividly, for lack of a better term, burned in my mind here on National Firefighters Day. And I salute every one of them. Did a phenomenal job. Love it. Love the work that they do and appreciate them so much. According to firefightersday.org, on the first Sunday in May, so this was yesterday, they asked the public to sound off in respect of past firefighters. Sirens sound for 30 seconds, followed by a minute silence in memory of and respect for the fallen firefighters who were lost in the line of duty or passed before us. And yes, most firefighters are volunteers. Let me get that right. Most volunteers aren't firefighters. I volunteer for a lot, but I'm not a firefighter. But most firefighters are volunteers. 75% of all firemen and firewomen are actually volunteers. They choose to run into burning buildings and save lives, not for the fame or fortune, but just to help their community, many of them not even getting paid. Firefighters enter buildings with temperatures greater than what you cook meat in your own oven. Here it is. A burning building typically reaches 600 degrees, which is what the fire chief told me when he walked us through our house after the fire. The bottom floor can typically get up to 1,500 degrees, and the ceiling can get even hotter. Most people don't cook their food at more than 450. And we all know, like you pull something out of the oven, if maybe your elbow touches the oven where you're pulling it out, that hurts. And that's still 150 degrees cooler than what buildings typically reach on average when they catch fire. National Firefighters Day. We appreciate them so much and what they do in serving our community. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in. 238-9447. Gary Fogle has got Kentucky sports memories coming up next. And we'll talk about that, see what Gary's got on track for this week. Right here on The Joe Show.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And this week, the story of Eugene Rawlings, although you may not know him by that name.
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's. We have all the fun.
Back in 1987, the Clay County boys won the Sweet 16 in basketball. In '88, they came in runner-up. Richie Farmer got most of the notoriety for that team. He was that year's Mr. Basketball. A lot of the notoriety also went to Richie's younger brother, Russ, who was a great sharpshooter, and as well as Russ Chadwell, another high scorer on that team. But a key component to that team was a guy by the name of Eugene Rawlings. You may not know him by that name. You may know him as Box or Boxhead, which is what a lot of people called him. He was a role player for the Clay County team. He got rebounds. He did all the dirty work, played defense in his center position. But as I say, he had that nickname he went by, Boxhead, or just some shortened it to Box. And I talked to him about that.
How'd you get that nickname?
Well, Les Carnahan, I was playing grade school football, and we had to order helmets. And they ordered the helmet, and the helmet was too small. We couldn't get it on, and for some reason, Les Carnahan grabbed the box that come in and stuffed it over my head. And he said, "We ain't going to find no helmet to fit you, your box head," and it stuck like glue. That was the end of it. I was called Boxhead from then on. That was I believe it was in the 6th grade when it stuck to me, yep.
Did you like that nickname?
Well, at first, no, really, it was okay. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I guess I never really minded it. At first, a little bit odd, but I never did dislike it. I've always kind of liked it. I figured if somebody was, nice enough to give you a nickname, we was always taught if somebody called you a nickname, it was probably what you say, like a gesture of love, meaning, cared about you, enough to give you a nickname. So I just stuck with it. Yeah, I never really disliked it. It's okay.
He's now 55 years old, and he says some still call him Box or Boxhead. Anyway, that was when he was playing football. How did he discover basketball? That's an interesting story, and that's tomorrow. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
Look at there, Boxhead. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time. I mentioned Christopher Columbus is credited with bringing oranges to the Americas. We'll talk about Christopher Columbus more coming up next in a different way.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. Now for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place Ocelli have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top 3 horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court edition. Five-star center Obinna Ekize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
At Sutton Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. You're a neighbor. Our friendly team helps you stay healthy with quick refills, expert advice, and flu shots. Enjoy free local delivery and a convenient app to make managing your refills easy. Sutton Pharmacy, dedicated to the Lancaster community. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6.
Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on West Maple Avenue.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
All right, 9:29 in the morning. I mentioned real quickly, we only got 45 seconds, that Christopher Columbus, and so we're going to talk about him in a different way right now. The Gen Z generation is being called the Christopher Columbus generation, and it's a really funny reason why. It's because they keep on, quote-unquote, discovering things that have already existed. So they've got this new nickname being called the Christopher Columbus generation. The newest one is silent walking. It's where you walk without your phone. That's been a thing for thousands of years, but they say they've discovered it. They also apparently just discovered something called a Coke float, which is ice cream with Coca-Cola on top of it. They're discovering all these things that have already been discovered, and they're being called the Christopher Columbus generation. It's 9:30. News is right now, and hospice is coming up next.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Well, several motions filed last week in terms of the Amber Spradlin murder case. We could see a slight delay. The trial was set to begin next Monday. Judge Eddie Coleman denied the motion of a pretrial hearing last week, but a renewed motion was turned in Thursday with significant blood evidence in multiple areas, plus over 70 more items of evidence to look into as the main reasons. Judge Coleman on Friday afternoon delayed jury selection by 1 day to listen to the Commonwealth and a crime lab expert before fully deciding. Meantime, 2 people are injured with another one arrested for DUI in a Sunday morning crash in Lexington. It happened around 2:30 at Old Paris Road's intersection with East New Circle Road. A Lexington police officer was transporting a prisoner when they were struck by the driver. The officer and prisoner suffered non-life-threatening injuries and were treated at the hospital. The driver was arrested for driving under the influence. No names have been shared at this time. A man is hospitalized after allegedly shooting himself accidentally Sunday morning in Lexington. This happened along Queen Avenue around 4:45, while LPD officers found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. The man was reportedly uncooperative with police, but did say it was purely accidental. His injuries are considered life-threatening. There have been no updates on his status. And a Jefferson County judge Friday struck down part of the state's law defining human life beginning at conception, also clarifying that women who sued over said issue can now pursue in vitro fertilization without fears of being prosecuted. Judge Brian Edwards voided that section for vagueness. 3 women 4 years ago sued to pursue IVF freely. Judge Edwards also disagreed with the religious angle, saying the Human Life Protection Act is religiously neutral and doesn't burden the Jewish community any more than Christian, Islam, or Hindu followers. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Ready to remodel your home with new kitchen, bath, or lighting, but costs are holding you back? Good news. The Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net can help you get started with your remodeling dreams. You can now save money on gift certificates to Lux 218 in Danville, your new headquarters for luxury remodeling for less. They have a wonderful showroom of ideas to kickstart your home remodeling job this year. Don't let price hold you back. Get true luxury for less at Lux 218, and then get extra savings by buying gift certificates at the Big Deal Store. You can get $100 for half price when you buy 5 or more. So get $1,000 for just $500. For all the details, visit the Big Deal Store and HometownLive.net. Remodeling just got easier and so much more affordable when you team up with Lux 218 and the Big Deal Store.
Republic Services of Kentucky offers a single source solution for all of your disposal needs, servicing residential, commercial, and industrial customers with offerings that include recycling and other disposal options. You have enough to worry about on a daily basis. Leave waste disposal to Republic Services. They'll handle it from there. For a quote or to discuss services, reach out to republicservices.com or give them a call at 859-263-2000. 263-2000.
Some professional advice from Daniel Mudge, owner of Super Clean Carpets. A clean home is a healthy home. A carpet is a filter. It catches all the dirt. My 200-degree solution kills dust mites, removes bacteria, eliminates pet odors, and aids in relief from allergies and asthma symptoms, guaranteed. Plus, I clean upholstery, hardwood, tile, and grout. Super Clean Carpets has been a trusted name in Central Kentucky for over 50 years. For your free estimate, contact me, Daniel Mudge, at supercleanky.com. supercleanky.com. I'm pleased to be called on the carpet.
Danville Lee's Famous Recipes been serving Central Kentucky with the best chicken since 1972. Enjoy your money-saving $6 meal. Choose from 2 famous strips with 2 pieces of our famous golden fried chicken, your favorite side, homestyle buttermilk biscuit, and drink, all at just $6. Or grab the 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece family meal with large shareable sides and a buttermilk biscuit. Call for expert caterers at 859-236-8777. It's Danville Lee's Famous Recipes Southport. That's not just chicken, it's tradition.
The Danville Mailing Center makes shipping easy. UPS, FedEx, DHL, U.S. Postal Service. Let them find the fastest or most economical way. They'll even pack it up. It's a no-hassle way to ship. The Danville Mailing Center on Jane Trail across from McDonald's. Ask for your $3 discount.
Positive Pay from Farmers National Bank is a powerful tool that may assist your business in preventing check fraud. Visit our website or call us at 859-236-2926 for more information. Farmers National Bank. Member FDIC.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right, a little really appreciate that. Brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. Proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you. Calling Mark or Chris for a free quote to 859-236-6686. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. We had the rain showers early this morning, some nasty lightning, but it's getting out of here. Mostly sunny, 78's the high. A low tonight of 57. Tomorrow, it's going to rain. 72 the high, 54 is the low. A 100% chance of rain. Tomorrow night into Wednesday, pretty good hefty amount coming in here. Wednesday, 64 is the high with mostly cloudy skies, and then it gets out of here by the tail end of the week. Right now, it's 9:35 in the morning. It is 53 degrees. Monday, the 4th day of the month of May, and we're happy to have on the show. We've got Ashley, and we have got Courtney with Heritage Hospice this morning. Good morning. How are you all doing today?
Good morning.
Yes.
Yes, we're good. Thanks for having us on.
I appreciate you all being on. You know, today is Star Wars Day. May the 4th
be with you.
Yeah. Are you all Star Wars fans?
No.
You are not? I asked someone earlier this morning, can you name me a Star Wars character? And he said, Zoda. And I said, Zoda is not the name of a Star Wars character.
Okay, I'm not quite that bad. Yoda.
Yes.
Yoda, okay, you got it. And then Darth Vader.
I knew that one too.
Okay, can you name any other Star Wars characters? Can you name the good guy in Star Wars?
Cannot.
We failed.
No.
So sorry.
You have failed. The Force has failed you. Luke Skywalker is the good guy in Star Wars. Yeah, that'll ring a bell. Hey, we're here to talk not about Star Wars. We're here to talk about Sarah's bereavement camp for kids, and this is a camp you all do every year annually. And what a great thing this is, and an opportunity for kids to get out and be able to experience this camp for kids who are grieving the loss of a loved one. And we'll kind of start with that. Tell us, Ashley and Courtney, what is Sarah's bereavement camp for kids? Why do you all do this every year?
Yes. There is such a need, in the community. Loss, death is part of life. And we recognize that need, and we really want to be able to provide an environment for children that can come, that can be around those similar in age, similar losses, and just really give them an outlet to be able to express their grief. But also, the focus of teaching healthy grief techniques, coping techniques, and then giving them just a fun camping experience too, all in one day.
Yeah, how many years have you all done this?
We are coming up on 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is your 20th year, or you're getting close to it?
We're close to it. Yeah.
Let me ask you all this. In terms of the grieving process, how important is it, maybe especially for kids, too, who have lost someone so close to them, and it can be mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, a cousin who's their best friend, whatever it is, for them to look and see that there are other kids their age that are going through the same thing, that they're not doing this alone?
I think it's very important for kids to be able to look around and see, like, hey, I'm not the only one that's going through this. You have to think, like, times are different. Being a kid this day and age is hard. So, you factor that in on top of, losing someone that you love and care about. It's so easy to feel isolated. And so to be able to just be a kid in a safe space to talk about your loss, if you want to, you don't have to, but just to know that, you have this safe space. People are able to talk to you. The child is going to be around people who, we work with death and dying for a living. So, it's a place for them to come and be a part of it. And so, just to be able to share that experience with other children, but then also, I won't say experts, but, people that are familiar with, the death and dying process and the way that, it is important for kids to be able to have that safe space for grieving and coping.
When we talk about the kids that are coming to this camp, we mentioned a kid who has lost someone significant in their life. So that could be a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, a close family member, just someone that the child was close to. What are the ages that you're looking for these kids?
So our age range for camp is kids ages 6 through 12, although that varies kind of based on need, but it kind of gives us an age range. But 6 through 12.
And you're looking as well kind of within the last 2 years or so?
Yeah, again, not like a hard stop rule, but just we say within the last couple of years, just because of the grieving process can look so different. And again, wanting to have children, with similar loss history, similar time range, just for that support piece.
Have you seen kids maybe come back-to-back years?
That's a great question, and we get that often. Yes. Okay. So kids that have attended it before, certainly if they feel like they would like to attend again and there's a need, we would love to have them. Camp does look a little bit different from year to year, so we would love to have them back.
Yeah, so let's talk about the camp then. When's the sign-up? What's going on? It's a little bit different than what you've done in the past. I'm excited about this. A cool, different change this year. Give us all the details on it.
So sign up, registration is May 29th. That is not a hard deadline, just so we can kind of have a general idea of how many kids we are looking to have. If it's June 5th and you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot, please still call us, reach out to us. It is not end all be all, truly, because we understand that life happens, things, we forget, just life continues to move. This year, the camp theme is going to be a scavenger hunt.
Nice.
So we're going to be in the area of Danville. So we're going to be at Millennium Park. We will also be at a church, and then we will also be at a pool. Kids are going to get to swim. We're going to have an ice cream truck. We're going to have pizza. So,
Wow.
we're going to have all the things.
Yeah, yeah. So what kind of things do these kids need to bring with them, and what's the cost for it?
Great question. So cost, because of our community partnerships and donors, there is no cost to the camper. So we're just so grateful and thankful to be able to provide that again at no cost. But as far as what they're going to need to bring, and this will be all, that's the reason for, a need to get signed up. We'll give them a detailed packet of information, but they're going to want to bring a change of clothes and a change of shoes because we do go on a nature hike. They're going to want to bring a bathing suit, trunks, because we do in the day swimming. And then also one of our grief activities, we're going to be sewing a pillow. And so if they want to bring a clothing item of their loved one that has passed away, they can bring that. If they don't have that, not a problem. We've got tons of clothing material that we can donate for them, but that is one of the grief activities.
Again, this is Friday, June the 12th from 8 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 in the afternoon. Yeah. Now, what if there's a family listening, Ashley and Courtney, and they say, wow, I would love my grandson or granddaughter, whoever, to go to this, but hospice didn't serve my family?
Not a problem at all. Again, we want to be, we want to provide this service to the community. So their loved one did not have to be served by hospice. Oh. Give us a call, and we would love to have your child join us.
In terms of children in this area, we know you all serve a certain specific county area, but what if there's someone maybe that lives outside that county area?
That's okay. Our hospice serves Garrett, Lincoln, Boyle, and Mercer, but we've had children come over from Jessamine County, from Madison County. Again, it's just about meeting the need. And so if you're hearing this and you've got a child that you think could really benefit, give us a call. Yeah.
What's the day like for the kids? Outside of we know you discuss some of the activities, but seeing them when they arrive in the morning, and I can imagine there are probably some pretty shy 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Mm-hmm. By the end of the day,
it's amazing. I think that is my absolute favorite part, is to see these children. I'm always amazed at how quickly they form bonds, they form friendships with each other, and you really see them come out of their shell. I think just throughout the day with the activities, they become more comfortable with being around other people, and that truly is my favorite part of it. I do want to say, recognizing just a lot of anxiety and nervousness around camp, and so we started this 2 years ago, and we're going to do it again with our partner community donor, Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
We're going to have a camp kickoff night the night before.
Cool.
So that'll be Thursday, June the 11th at 5:30. We encourage all campers that are coming to camp to come to the Heritage Hospice office. Chick-fil-A is providing dinner for all of us. And again, that's just a great way for the kids to meet each other, to meet us, to start putting some faces and names together, ideally so that they will feel more comfortable the day of camp.
Now, when they're out at camp, from 8 until 4:30 that day, and I know you said there's an activity where they can bring a piece of clothing from a loved one and making a pillow. Do you all talk much about the loved one that they have lost?
Yeah.
And how do you work that in the kids' feelings and still trying to deal with grief and make it a fun day at the same time?
Yeah, thank you. It's certainly, we balance it. Again, we want to give children, a safe outlet to be able to express that. And so certainly there's time for, introductions. And then if the kiddos feel comfortable with sharing who they lost, and the majority of them do, some of them don't, and that's okay too. But yes, they have the opportunity to share that. And then throughout the day, just again, our activities are centered around grief. We do a painting of a birdhouse, and again, we tie that into loss, and being able to kind of do something healthy and have an outlet with your grief.
Yeah.
And so lots of opportunity to talk about it or not, and that's okay too.
Yeah, both of you are social workers, correct?
Correct.
Yes. So this is a very social worky question, I guess I'm getting ready to ask you here. How important is it for children to grieve appropriately and properly, and to not be, like maybe mom or dad or grandma or grandpa died and everybody is grieving their loss, and then, oh, here's the grandson over here, to make sure that they also grieve the loss of mom or dad or grandma or grandpa in the appropriate way.
I think it's important, that kids are given the appropriate outlet to grieve. Again, it's hard being a child just this day and age, but truly, a lot of times kids, and even, sometimes us as adults, we don't know how to fully express how we feel or put a name to the emotion that we're feeling. And so, as a parent or a grandparent, a guardian or whomever, if you notice that the child has had a loss and they're acting different, they're acting out, they're shying away, doing, things that the behavior is not like them, or speaking in a manner that is not what you are accustomed to, be open, be honest, have that line of communication open with them so that they know, what you're feeling is normal. And, if nothing else more, reach out to us. That's what we do. We are here to serve anyone in the community. We can help your family. We can help the child work through those feelings and emotions to help them process, what it is that they're actually feeling.
Yeah, and again, you've handed me a kind of a sheet of information here, a one-sheeter, and the first sentence on it says everyone grieves differently and kids are no exception.
Mm-hmm.
And so to make sure each kid grieves their loss, and adults as well when they lose someone in their way, but that they're able to grieve. And Sarah's Bereavement Camp for Kids is a great opportunity to bring kids together ages about 6 to 12, give or take, who've experienced the death of a significant person in their life, be it a parent, sibling, grandparent, or a close family member within the last 2 years or so. This family member did not have to be served by Heritage Hospice for the child to be able to come to Sarah's Bereavement Camp. Each camper will have the opportunity to remember their loved one, enjoying just kind of a classic camp day, a scavenger hunt, hopping back and forth between locations, eating pizza, having ice cream, going swimming. It's going to be a blast. Friday, June the 12th, from 8 o'clock until 4:30. If people have any questions, Ashley and Courtney, they just want more information, they want to talk to someone about this, what's the best way they can get information?
Give us a call. Our office number is 859-236-2425. And again, 859-236-2425. You can ask for me, Ashley Arnold, or Courtney Gooch, our bereavement counselor.
859-236-2425. The registration deadline is May the 29th. But again, if as life happens and you forget about it and then you remember on June the 2nd, doesn't matter. Call. Let them know you want your child or grandchild to be involved in this for ages 6 through 12. What is, this is a question just popped in my head. I was wrapping it up, and now I've got another question popped in my head. What's the typical number of kids that you will have on a camp from year to year?
Typically, it's about, seems like 15 is kind of about our average. But again, we don't want to have to cap camp.
Yeah.
And so, yes, so whomever. We hope to have even more, just because that means that we're serving, that many more kids in need.
Yeah, you said you've got a lot of great community partners. What about volunteers that kind of help make this camp go?
We could not do it without our volunteers. And so I think it's important to know all those that are working camp are either hospice employees or hospice volunteers. And so we do go through a very detailed training and a background check. I think parents need to know that part. But yes, if you're interested in becoming a volunteer for the camp with Heritage Hospice, give us a call too. We're always looking for more volunteers.
859-236-2425. Sarah's Bereavement Camp for Kids. Heritage Hospice does a great job caring for families in their final stages of life and loved ones, and we appreciate you all so much, and looking forward to a great camp this year, and we'll continue to talk about this as we head towards the event, okay?
Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. It's 9:50 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back, finish up the conversation right here in the Joe Show on WHIR Danville, 10 minutes away from Top Hour News.
So you want to be a recycling hero in Danville with curbside pickup, or impress the fine folks at Boyle County Recycling Center? Pay attention, because it's a little more than just breathing air and tossing your stuff in the bin. Only plastics marked with numbers 1 and 2 make the cut. Got it? Great. And don't just toss in goo-covered spaghetti jars or soda cans. Rinse those bad boys. Gotta be squeaky clean, shiny happy, bone dry. Bonus tip, this also applies to your metal cans, whether they're steel, tin, or aluminum. Seriously, don't mix in that oil-stained tin foil hat. Got a hoarding problem with cardboard, catalogs, and magazines that rival a library? Set them free to reincarnate. Cereal boxes, office paper, they're all up for this new spiritual paper journey. And listen up, confetti enthusiasts, bag that shredded paper. Sorry, folks. Glass is not welcome to the recyclables party, but hey, give yourself a high five for recycling right.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Happy Monday, Kentucky. How are you? Scott Fitzgerald with you on the Kentucky News Network. New week, new sports, but the top story continues to be the Kentucky Derby. Over the weekend, Golden Tempo, of course, being asked now what comes next in the Triple Crown. The 23-1 long shot rally from last to win the Derby by a neck under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving trainer Cherie DeVoe the historic victory as the first female trainer to win the race. Now the attention shifting to the Preakness on May 16th, where up to 16 horses are under consideration. That for a 14-horse field at Laurel Park. Will Golden Tempo be one of those? What say you, Cherie?
We'll get him back. He's going to leave for Keeneland. We'll get him back there. We'll assess how he's doing. And as long as he's in tip-top shape, you know, we'll talk about it, and it is on the table, but it's really up to him.
Right on. Despite that number, most top Derby finishers are not expected to return. Runner-up Renegade in third place Ocelli have already been ruled out, with both targeting longer breaks instead of a quick turnaround. That leaves Golden Tempo as the only Derby top three horse still under consideration, though DeVoe says, again, the decision will depend entirely on how he trains over the next couple of weeks. On to baseball now. The Reds closed things out in Pittsburgh yesterday.
Foul tip, and Trevino slams the fist into the glove. 101. Hardest pitch I think I've ever seen him throw.
Right on. Despite a dominant outing from Chase Burns, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, and 7 strikeouts, the Reds fall 1-0 to the Pirates. The difference coming in the 8th when O'Neill Cruz delivered a 2-out RBI single. The loss drops the Reds to 20-14. They're tied for second in the NL Central, 2 games behind the Cubs, and that's where they're headed next. They'll get a big road test starting tonight at Wrigley Field. And in basketball news, the Louisville Cardinals already hot out of the transfer portal, adding a major front court addition. 5-star center Obina Akize Jr. has committed to Pat Kelsey's squad and will reclassify into the 2026 season. Louisville beating out Arkansas, BYU, Kentucky, and Maryland for his services. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky.
Need your property looking its best? Call Homescapes LLC, a trusted source for all your home, service, and property maintenance. We're licensed and fully insured, handling both residential and commercial properties with confidence. Lawn care and treatments, landscaping, excavation, construction, and tree trimming and removal. One call does it all. Call 859-613-9161. That's 859-613-9161. And let Homescapes LLC get the job done right.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
All right, what are we doing here? That's never what you want to hear. Your radio host. Now, what are we doing here? 9:55 in the morning. I did think the Christopher Columbus thing was funny. That's kind of funny to me, that Gen Z is discovering stuff that we've already known about, and they think that they've discovered something new, and so they're claiming that they discovered it, like Christopher Columbus claiming he discovered the Americas. Now, to be fair, every generation repackages old ideas. Millennials had life hacks and adulting. Gen X had slacker culture. The difference now is that there's social media that blasts the trends everywhere instantly. One expert summed it up nicely, saying Gen Z isn't just inventing things, they just aren't, but they're making these things their own. So because they're all on TikTok, they're like, oh, Coca-Cola and vanilla ice cream. That's something I've never heard of. Let me try that. And now because they're all on TikTok, they think that they discovered the Coke float. It's kind of vain to think that you discovered something that's been around for how many years? But that's what we're dealing with here, the Christopher Columbus generation. Here's a look at UK sports.
Talking Blue Bloods with Mike DeCourcy coming up on a look at UK sports.
Go camping.
Go hiking.
Go antiquing.
Go kayaking.
Go fishing.
Go discovering.
Whoa!
Go exploring.
Go KDiz.com.
Kentucky, find what moves you.
Rick Pitino turned more than a few heads at one of his NCAA tournament press conferences when he said there are no more Blue Bloods. I asked veteran college basketball writer Mike DeCourcy what he thinks about that.
I don't agree that there aren't. But I do believe that in what he's saying is some truth in that the value of being a blue blood has been diminished. With everybody having the ability to compensate, then it becomes about what your experience is going to be like. And that's what I talked about, being more understanding of challenges that exist for every program. Every program wants to make the Final Four and win it. Every program wants to win their home games and win their league. But the advantage of being Kentucky or Carolina in 2026 is not what it was in 2016, 2006, 96, or 86. It's different now. And so the fans have to understand a little bit about how that's changed and how maybe their role might change as well.
And it was a big weekend for UK baseball as they won an SEC series for the first time in more than a month. Big boost for the NCAA tournament resume as they go back out on the road this coming weekend. I'm Tom Leach. That's a look at UK sports.
A look at UK sports Mondays and Fridays right here on The Joe Show. At this time. There's that sad music again. That means my time has come to an end of The Joe Show. Had a blast with you all this Monday morning, and I hope the start to your work day just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early. Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local events, and local voices. The Joe Show. AM 1230 in the brand new 103.9 FM WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Until then, God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Monday afternoon. Curtis McPeak's Home Sweet Home leads us home sweet home. Kentucky Sports Radio's coming up next.